Well, the lights are on. We are ready for high school football tonight in the Gem State. One of the best games in the state tonight. The Eagle Mustangs, 5-0, travel to battle the Owyhee Storm, also undefeated, from Meridian, Idaho. We say hello, everybody. Garrett Jones alongside the former Boise State Bronco, Mike Callahan. Great to be here with you. Got to look at our series history. Eagle leads this nation series 3-0 all time. Mike, what are you most excited for about this matchup?
Well, Garrett, we have an unbelievable matchup tonight. You have Owyhee, who's going into their 5th season as a football program in the state of Idaho. It's quickly rising through the ranks of Idaho high school football, establishing their game on the ground and having a strong rushing attack, going up against an established powerhouse in Eagle High School. Definitely going to be a clash. I'm really excited to see it tonight.
Well said. Let's take a look at our players to watch tonight. 2 stars on their respective offenses. For Owyhee, it's the tight end. You're a former Bronco. He's a future Bronco, Ryan Brecky.
Yeah, Ryan Brecky is the next guy up at Boise State. It's going to be super excited to see him in his college years. We get to watch him live here tonight. Definitely a force in the run game for Owyhee. Offense runs through him. It's going to be great to see.
On the other side for the Eagle Mustangs, a very potent offense in their own right. It all starts with the wide receiver, Cooper Murphy, a transfer from a high school in California.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Cooper Murphy, definitely a guy that's a game breaker for Eagle High School. If you're Owyhee, you got to have eyes on him at all times on defense, and he's a guy that can wreck your defensive plan at any moment.
We are pumped for this matchup in 6A. The Mustangs undefeated, the Storm undefeated. This one's going to live up to the billing, I almost guarantee it. It's Eagle, it's Owyhee, and it's next.
There's no place like home. The people and places that surround us and hold on to our hearts. It's what we want to protect, celebrate, and preserve. At Idaho News 6, the stories in our neighborhood aren't just headlines. They're what's happening to us, around us, and matter to us. We work where we live and live where we work. From the front lines of our front porch. Idaho News 6. Proud to be in your neighborhood.
It's a bowl experience unlike any other.
As is the tradition here at the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
But it's so much more than crowning a champion. It's about giving back to the community. It's about coming together with friends and family over free Idaho-grown French fries and a burger. It's about being role models for the next generation of college football players. The famous Idaho Potato Bowl. It's about more than football. It's about Idaho.
When you're in a car wreck, we're not just here to fight for you. We're here as a family. At Craig Swap & Associates, we treat every client like one of our own.
We're not just a business, we're a family.
When I reached out to Craig Swap & Associates, it felt like I was talking to family. It got started right away. They made sure I received everything I was owed.
Call Craig Swap & Associates and let us show you what it means to be treated like family. Just one call, that's all.
208-999-9999.
Well, moments away from kick here at Idaho Central Stadium, Owyhee High School. Garrett Jones, Mike Callahan, our entire awesome crew here with you. Mike, you played in some big games. You played in the Mountain West Championship game or two. You played in the college football playoff. These two teams, 5-0 on both sides. Some are arguing that this is the biggest game in Owyee's young program history. What are some of the emotions that these guys are going through right now?
Well, I'd have to agree with you there on this being the biggest game in Owyee's young history. I mean, being 5-0 at this point of the season, this is huge for this young program. The energy in this stadium right now is off the charts. And I'll tell you what, there's nothing better than a high school football game that has this much energy. It beats out virtually any game that you can imagine.
Let's take a look at the Eagle starters. See a senior-laden group. Austin Ramsey, the quarterback, Noah Burnham. Two of the most incredible offensive players that this district will offer up. And you see several other underclassmen involved there on the offensive line. Left side of that offensive line is going to be something to monitor throughout the ball game tonight. Been rainy all week in the Treasure Valley area, but the sun has come out just in time for kickoff here at Idaho Central Stadium. How about that?
And I'll tell you, it's going to be interesting to watch this left side of the offensive line tonight. You know, a young group that has a lot to prove. It's going to be interesting to see how they gel together. 5 games into the season with some experience under their belt. It's going to be great to see them operate.
Owen Blackburn back deep to return. Owyhee kicking off to start the first half. Corbin Gill, a senior, ready to launch it. 2 5-0 teams. Owyhee 2-0 in the 6A Central Idaho Conference. Eagle, same record, 5-0, 2-0 in the 6A Central Idaho Conference. Number 11 versus number 3. Kick back, relax, enjoy our showdown of the week. Owyhee and Eagle is underway. And a short kick fielded, a belly flop at the 15-yard line. That'll get the Owyhee students fired up.
Yeah, it's already some early momentum coming in for Owyhee. Let's see how it translates over to their defense.
Like, Eagle had a different kickoff returner lined up there, so they start 1st and 10 from their own 15. As you get a look there at the Mustangs offense, Owyhee to work defensively, a very good defensive unit, just 16 points per game allowed. Defensive plays called by Matt Green. Austin Ramsey is the quarterback. A quick hit outright. Not much doing there for a dangerous running back in Noah Burnham. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Gotta love what you're seeing right here from the Owyhee defense. You like to see in the pursuit, swarm into the ball, see if they can keep it up all night.
So 2nd and 10, the official ruling, as you get a look there at the Owyhee defense. Senior-laden group in their own right. Only a couple sophomores and a junior in there. It is senior night here at Owyhee, so an emotional night too for several of these players. Austin Ramsey from the gun. Keep an eye on the running back. This is Noah Burnham, 69 rushes for 652 yards and 8 touchdowns. He is the 6A rushing leader in the state of Idaho.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Garrett, I was watching him pregame. This guy has some juice. He's definitely going to bring it tonight. Owyee's got to be really sound in their defensive fits to make sure they don't give him any holes to break through, because he's 5 yards and he's gone.
Jonah Swallow made the tackle. Empty set for Eagle. 3rd down and 5. Austin Ramsey. Take a lot more than that to flutter him. Scott Heaton, one of his favorite targets. A rare reception for him, and a guy who just slips through the cracks in the Owyhee defense.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you what stood out to me right there. There was a lot of poise from Austin Ramsey right there. I want to see that continue all night as he's going into this high-energy game.
So the first down of the ball game. Eagle moves the chains. Like we mentioned in our pregame, some calling this maybe the biggest game in Owyee's young program history. There's our play. We spotlighted in the open. Cooper Murphy up the sideline. A very quick-hitting passing game for Eagle here early. Gains him a couple yards.
Yeah, absolutely. And to me, that's an extension of the run game right there. Just a quick swing out to the wide receiver. Keep it going. Gain about 7 yards, 8 yards right there. Probably going to see it on the ground here.
Yeah, it looks like 2nd down and a short 2.
Yep, absolutely.
From their own 38. So after bobbling the kickoff, Eagles already gone 23 yards. It's an explosive offense. Averages north of 30 points per game. Only 4 giveaways in the season, too. They take care of it. On a 2nd and short, Austin Ramsey. That's a drop. He cannot afford Cooper Murphy. A rare mistake this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I want to see right now is him bounce back from that, because right there, that's a play you need to have. You got to have it. He knows that as well as anybody else, and I guarantee you, watching them to go back to him right here.
35 catches, 330 yards, and 6 touchdowns. He has absolutely been Ramsey's favorite target, although he just moved here from California. They're still developing their chemistry here late in the season.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's going to be a thing continuing on until they get the playoffs. You know, you're going to see that chemistry continue to build as the weeks go on, and tonight's no different.
So another 3rd down situation for Eagle. Bit of a heavier look with the tight end split off to the right. On a 3rd and 2, run pass option look. Very close to the sticks.
Might be short here.
Looked like Noah Burnham again on the carry. Chains moving initially.
Yep. Keep him going. I'll tell you what, one thing I really like from Eagles offense is the motion. They like to use a lot of shifts and motions to strain the eyes of the defense. It's going to be interesting to see how these guys communicate on defense for Owyhee. Now they adjust to these pre-snap alignments.
Couple of first downs already on the opening drive for the Eagle Mustangs. On a 1st and 10, Austin Ramsey taking a shot downfield, a 50-50 ball, and it's incomplete.
Love the play call there. You got a questionable first down call. Defense is rallying. Take the shot right here and now.
That was Carson Anderson in coverage. 30 tackles for him this season. Really good coverage at that on Scott Heaton, who already has a catch. Mike, Eagles, a team that you mentioned the opening kickoff didn't quite go the way that they wanted. Found themselves in 3rd down situations. How confidence boosting is it for them to pick up a couple first downs?
Absolutely.
Already?
Get the momentum right back to them. Play their game at the end of the day.
That is their team motto. On a 1st and 10, Noah Burnham off a halfback draw. Picks up maybe 6. Tackled by Colton Bryant.
6 yards.
I'll tell you what, first drive of the game, Owyee's going to have to tighten up the run defense here, because those early gains in the first quarter are a big indicator as to what's going to come later in the game.
Austin Ramsey, to your point, likes to move it a little bit on the ground too. 140 yards from him. You have to keep an eye on both backfield threats. Third down of the drive. They find Murphy. Cooper makes up for the drop. First down, Eagle.
I'll tell you what, Garrett, that's about as well as you can run an offense at the high school level, an RPO scheme right there. I mean, that is just beautiful from Austin Ramsey.
James Klupp, the head coach for the Eagle Mustangs. He calls the offensive plays too. He said he gave that up last year, but he missed it so much that he wanted to come back to it. As you mentioned, he runs a very sophisticated scheme.
Seems like it was a good idea so far.
And Coach Jason Burton on the other side, relying on his defensive play caller, Matt Green, to hold down the fort. Eagle is into Owyhee territory. Burnham again. A swarm just shy of the 35-yard line.
As we were talking earlier, right there, that's another great example of an extension of the run game. You know, getting that quick half-bat swing out, let him get into space and get his legs moving, and just like that, it's another 2nd and 3.
Carson Anderson made the play defensively. Love that there's no hurry from this Eagle offense, too. They are completely confident in their ability to move the ball down the field.
Lots of poise.
On a 2nd and 4. Ramsey pulls it back. There's his tight end, Landon Bolts. Skirts his way inside the 25, and we have our first penalty marker of the ball game.
See what the refs call here.
Coaches are excited to play in this game. Players are excited to play it. If you're a high school football official in Idaho, where would you rather be than tonight, though? This is a big honor for this crew.
Can't find a better game in the state right now, I'm telling you what.
Answer a face call. It's on Eagle. And the troops back it up. Take a look for yourself.
Little nitpicky call to start the game, but that's all right.
Backed up to the 35. 2nd down for Eagle. Now Burnham jostled at the line. As Carson Campbell getting the initial hit. Joined by his friend shortly after.
I'll tell you what, I love that response right there. That was the first time this drive that I really felt like Owyhee stepped up in the run defense right there. You see in the fit right there, it's great tackle, great gang tackle. This defense is swarming right now.
And you mentioned, Mike, the RPO concepts that Eagle has shown already. Ramsey is waiting till the absolute last decision to make the last second to make one of 3 decisions too. Watch how long he's been holding on to the ball.
This has been advanced stuff at the mesh point right now.
Guy who does have some college interest, Austin Ramsey, gives to another guy starting to catch college attention. Noah Burnham. Look at this run all the way in downside the 5. 1st and goal for Eagle.
We were just talking about it. Those fits, got to get them cleaned up if you're Owyhee right now. This is a guy that you do not want to let get his legs moving. And right here, you see it. You don't wrap up, you don't get his legs down, and he gets you.
Gain of 35. He made 5 tacklers miss before being brought down by Bradley King. First down and goal almost halfway through this first quarter.
No better situation in football than goal line offense and defense, I'll tell you what.
Noah Burnham likely getting the ball here. A short yardage situation. Heaton is in motion. They give Burnham, and he's got his 9th rushing touchdown of the season. Eagle throws the first blow tonight in a battle of 2 undefeateds.
I'll tell you what, that drive from Eagle offensively was just about as impressive of a start to a football game as you could have.
Good blocking there, and a house call for Burnham. Place kicker is Madden Bear. Cooper Murphy also does the holding. And the PAT is good to make it a clean 7-0 lead. You mentioned that opening drive, Mike. They go 85 yards, length of the field in less than half of a quarter, and they did so looked like they were barely breaking a sweat.
Yeah, that was as poised of an offensive start to a game as I've seen in a long time. They had some adversity hit them at times on that drive, and they just bounced back. Next play mentality. That was very impressive from Eagle. I'm looking to see Owyhee respond here.
How do they respond? What do you look for early?
I mean, same thing as Eagles model. You know, they got to play their game too. You know, Owyee's going to keep it on the ground. You know, one of my keys to the game was the time of possession battle. Right now, Eagle just went down and took off about 5 to 6 minutes off the clock. Definitely not what you want to see if you're Owyhee, as they are a run-first offense. They're also going to kill the clock as well. We're going to see what happens here.
There is a look at James Clough. How about that overall record in just 3 years at Eagle? He has built this thing into a power. 7 years on staff in a variety of different stops. But he is a Bora alum. A lot of Bora connections to this ball game. Jason Burton was there for a head coach on the other side 7 years at that high school course.
Yeah, Bora High School definitely producing a lot of local talent and a lot of coaching experience.
Another kickoff for Madden Bear. And a kick fielded at the 5-yard line for the Owyhee Storm. Great kickoff coverage there for Eagle. Logan Hosfite tackled by Lucas Tribourne. And let's take a look at our keys to the game for the Owyhee Storm. Mike, when you look at those, what stands out?
Definitely ball security. You know, you just saw it with this Eagle offense. They are dangerous. You do not want to give them more opportunities than they're already going to have. And the other thing for me is just sustaining this drive that starts right now on their opening drive as an offense. I want to see them run the ball efficiently and effectively throughout this entire drive.
Well, first look at the Owyhee offense. And a first look at the Eagle defense. Colin Foy is the quarterback. Another guy who, like Cooper Murphy, transferred. He was at Mountain View last year. 510 yards, 6 passing touchdowns for the Signal Column. They are a run-oriented team, and they start on the ground there with a guy on his senior night, Asher Gaudette. Absolutely nothing doing there. Braylon Peterson all over.
Yeah, that was impressive. He just pulled the trigger right there. He saw his gap, he shot it, and that is a great start for Eagles defense.
Carter Smith also in on the play. No gain officially. How big of a confidence boost is that if you're on the other side?
Well, it's a big confidence boost for Eagle, and it's also a shot in the foot with Owyhee, because the biggest thing about being a run-first offense is you cannot get behind the sticks, and right now they are.
Well, the Storm, 194 yards per game on the ground. That is more than their 116 through the air. That's a picture of how much they want to run it. Gaudette tied up again. Nice second effort there to make it a third and many.
Love it. And you're starting to see this Owyhee offensive identity come to life right here. You know, regardless of that first down play, you know, they're going to come back and they're going to run the ball again. And on this third down, we'll see what they do here, but I would not be shocked to see them stay on the ground.
Nicholas Moore, another running back that's been in the fold, so has Ellis Stanley, but don't be mistaken, Gaudette is the bell cow, 5'11", 210 senior. And you've also got the big tight end, the Boise State commit on the right side of your screen. And slot Ryan Brecky. Do they turn to him?
Keep your eyes on him right here.
A third down and 5. Foy flush. He's looking his way, and it's incomplete. Wanted Parker Leaf. Another tight end on this roster will be 3 and out on the first drive for Owyhee.
Yeah, not what you want to see if you're an Owyhee fan by any means, but right here is going to be a great opportunity for their defense to come out and respond. They just withstood the first opening drive from Eagle. They saw what they're going to see. Time to settle in and figure it out.
Looked like Luke Nikita in coverage there. What impressed you about that Eagle defensive stand opening tonight's ball game?
I mean, they knew what Owyhee was going to do. You know, they were coming out here to run the ball, and they didn't flinch. They came down. They were flying through their gaps, and
Logan Hosfite on the punter. This guy simply just does it all. And Owyhee bounced for sure. That thing ended up rolling inside the 45, and they don't ask how pretty it was in the box score, do they?
Not at all. And for a second there, it did not look like their defense was going to be set up great in terms of the field position battle. And even though you're starting at the 45-yard line, you know, you got to keep your eye.
Take a look at the keys to the game for the Eagle Mustangs. What stands out to you, Mike?
Biggest thing is play their game and control the flow of the game. You know, they just got to go out there and run their offensive system. At the end of the day, they know what they got to do to execute in order to win this game.
A first down and 10 from the 44 for the Mustangs. If you're just now tuning in, they chewed up almost half of the first quarter, driving 85 yards on a Noah Burnham touchdown run. Burnham looking for more off of sweep concepts. Out near the 50 till he's gang tackled.
Yeah, to me right now, Owyee's defense's eyes are in the wrong spots. Right now, I think that they just need to stop being so flustered by the pre-snap motion. Just get back to playing their defense and reading their keys.
Logan Hosfite on the tackle once again. 30 total tackles for him this season. Second down and 3 for Austin Ramsey and Eagle. A double pass. Burnham taking a shot. Wide open man. House call. Eagle in its bag. Aiden Kendrick a long touchdown. 50 yards to the house.
Some trickery from Eagle right there. That got him good. I'll tell you what, we were talking earlier, this extension of the run game that you have to key in on if you're Owyhee ends up biting them. You know, they committed. They swarmed right there and maybe a little too eager to get in there in the run fit because he was wide open.
How about the 6A rushing leader throwing a 50-yard touchdown in the first quarter to make it a 13-0 game?
This kid is very impressive. Like I told you pregame, he stood out to me, and so far he's making his presence known, to say the least.
Batted Bears PAT is good. It's a clean 14-0 lead. How much could you ask for if you're an Eagle Mustang fan? What a start to this ball game. It's 14-0.
It's a bowl experience unlike any other.
As is the tradition here at the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
But it's so much more than crowning a champion. It's about giving back to the community. It's about coming together with friends and family over free Idaho-grown French fries and a burger. It's about being role models for the next generation of college football players. The famous Idaho Potato Bowl. It's about more than football. It's about Idaho.
Well, the Owyhee students stunned to say the least. This is not what they were anticipating to start this ball game. If you're the Storm, Mike, where do you even start in trying to get back into this?
For me right now, things seem like they're happening fast for this defense. I really think that this is just going to come down to cleaning up their eyes both in the run and the pass game right now, because this pre-snap shifts and motions are definitely getting to them, and then also Noah Burnham has been the entire offense so far in my eyes.
Eagle will kick off. Matted Bear's been a busy man. Logan Hosfite has as well. Here it comes with a little bit of room outside the numbers. Hosfite lowers the shoulder and makes it near midfield. That might be just what the Storm needed to give them a little momentum to get back into this one.
Exactly what Owyhee needed right here. They needed something to spark up their team and spark up this home crowd right now, and that definitely got the job done. Let's see how the offense responds.
If you can believe it, and you might, looking at that replay, Logan Hosfite, a D1 basketball commit to play at Utah Valley, which if you know anything about that program, that is nothing to sneeze at. They have been a contender for the NCAA tournament in several years prior.
Absolutely, and you're seeing that athleticism on full display tonight. He's been all over the field so far in this first quarter. Let's see if they lean on him.
Really good field position for Colin Foy and Owyhee. From the gun, he finds Gaudette. And Gaudette crosses midfield. How much do you like that for Jason Burton calling the offensive plays, changing it up a little bit? Couldn't get the run game going on the first drive. He goes to that swing pass that you mentioned you like.
I love it. You know, he's definitely got to establish this threat that they can get out of the backfield in other ways. And while, like I said earlier, with Eagle, that is an extension of the run game, I love it because it challenges Eagle to not just commit and oversell the run.
Correction there, Travis Stewart actually calls the offensive plays for this group. He was previously at Bora, just like Coach Burton. Coach said he brings intensity, does a great job game planning. See some of that gamesmanship here. Another perimeter run for Gaudette. They're getting a little creative here trying to get back to a third lead.
Clearly showing a commitment to attacking the perimeter right now. And if that might be something they saw on the sidelines after that first opening drive didn't go too well, trying to run some traditional inside run schemes. So we'll see how that works going towards the perimeter. But we're back at another 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 right now.
If you're Eagle, you thinking pressure here?
I think right now you just let them play. I mean, I think you go 4 guys and let everybody play your game.
Well, clearly something is worth this year for James Klupp's bunch. Zach Farnham is his defensive play caller, 3 years here at Owyhee. Go figure. Got him to jump. This looks like it might be encroachment more than anything.
Yeah, that was on the defense right there. That's why you always got a ball key if you're a defensive lineman. Those hard counts will get you.
Sure that never happened to you, Mike, when you were on the defensive line. And it is encroachment. Call from our head official. How big of a boost is that for Owyhee? An unforced error on Eagle.
Well, to me, that's more of Eagle shooting itself in the foot right there because you have them where you want them. You have a 3rd and manageable right now in midfield, and then you give them the first down by not ball keying and jumping off sides. That's a big hit, in my opinion. We'll see how Owyhee responds here.
Tight end in the fold. The Owyhee Storm, kind of a throwback look there. Floyd went to the sideline to get the play call from Travis Stewart. On a 1st and 10, nothing doing on the sweep. Tackle at the defensive line. Kai Williams, the cornerback, on a blitz. Well called.
I'll tell you what, so far, this defensive line is getting a lot of knockback on this Owyhee offensive line right now. Owyee's going to have to get back to their roots with their offensive line, get back to that traditional run game that we were talking about pregame, and we'll see what happens here.
Jeremiah Manette also in on that initial pressure. No targets for Ryan Brecky. He's on the right side of your screen toward the O at center field. On a 2nd and 10, a screen, a great call.
See ya.
Brecky tackled inside the 10. We were just saying he hasn't even been targeted here in the first half. Owyhee finds him at the perfect time to set up 1st and goal.
Outstanding pursuit by number 1, Zao Wright, for Eagle here, because this is a touchdown, no question about it. This is Owyee's due. They want to and they need to get the ball in his hands. It's just a great hustle play by number 1. Give him a chance in the red zone here if you're Eagle.
An ankle tackle there by Zao Wright, to your credit, 16 total for him this season. And now a red zone look for the Storm for the first time tonight. Storm looking to answer after Eagle with 2 very impressive first touchdown drives.
Going right back to Brecky.
On a 1st and goal. They look Gaudette's way. And he's escorted out of bounds inside the 5. That was Luke Makita running him away.
Luke Makita, brother of Ethan Makita, former Boise State.
All kinds of Bronco ties to this ball game, all kinds of Eagle and Owyhee ties too. There's a lot of crossover between these 2 programs. We mentioned the play caller, of course, for Owyhee. Second down and goal from the 7. Colin Foy. Well, RPO look inside the 2 on a quick hitch. As Parker Leaf, the tight end, once again getting a look.
I'll tell you what, they got to keep it on the ground here. 3rd and 2. This is your identity. Run it in. And that is back-breaking for the Eagle defense if they can score on the ground here.
Don't be surprised if Brecky maybe gets involved in the run game here too. The big tight end, over 135 yards through the air. and 100 yards on the ground as well. Heavy set for the Owyhee Storm. They go direct snap to Brecky. Ryan breaks the plane. And the Storm on the board for the first time tonight.
I love it. You know, I mentioned a couple minutes ago, they got to get the ball in Brecky's hands here. He's a dynamic playmaker. Right here, just a direct snap, and a super heavy personnel from Owyhee gets a touchdown.
How about a tight end making that play? That wasn't, you don't want to say it wasn't the best snap in the world, but it came in a little high, right? That's not an easy play to make.
And that is the danger zone right there. So good thing he's got some good hands, because that could have been bad news for the Owyhee Storm.
You don't get to play for Spencer Danielson without some good hands. Corbin Gill on the PAT. What a response there by the Storm. This game could have gotten ugly quickly, but you see there, Brecky making magic with his 2 feet, rumbling into the end zone.
And that's what I love to see there. You know, in a 14-0 game early in the first quarter, it's easy for teams to roll over and start spiraling. And right there, Owyhee looked ready to respond. It all started with that explosive kick return. It's going to be exciting to see what their defense does here.
You see an absolutely packed house. How about the growth of this game in this state? I know you've been here for 6 years now, but you come from California, which is arguably one of the best high school football states in the country. We're starting to see Idaho get closer to that product on the field, aren't we?
Yes, they are drastically improving on a year-by-year basis in Idaho high school football. And I'm very confident in saying that both of these two teams on the field tonight could compete at any level in the California high school ranks.
James Clough shared with us a story about how when he was growing up here in the Treasure Valley, he knew of a player at Highlands High School way out east toward Pocatello who was going to Utah State, and Coach said that was like earth-shattering news to us, right? That was like, that blew our minds. We couldn't comprehend that. And now he says, the guy goes to Utah State, and you're like, oh, okay, like that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's just a testament to how far the Treasure Valley football has come.
The level of talent around Idaho is definitely growing. You know, you see Colson Loveland going to Michigan. Yep. You see players going to big-time programs around college football from Idaho. So it's definitely trending in the right direction.
Your guy Ben Ford, a former Eagle Mustang,
balling right now. I'll tell you what.
He could have a big game tomorrow as the Broncos take on Notre Dame.
Hope so.
Zay Wright, a kick return, snuffed out and erased. How about Swallow once again flying up the field?
It's been all over the place tonight. Great to see that continue. If you're Owyee's defense right here, you got to keep it simple, execute your run fits, and wrap up. Because right now there's too many missed tackles on the field. If they clean that up, I truly believe they can get back in this game right here.
Very different feel to even just a couple moments ago in this game. Owyhee with the response after going 3 and out in its first drives. Eagle is perfect thus far. A throw kind of forced into coverage there. He's targeted Scott Heaton 3 times tonight. That's the second time he's come up with a catch. It's a tight window there as applied by Jaden Gill in the linebacker.
Yeah, great coverage right there. That was almost in the danger zone. Really good job by Austin Ramsey to fit that into a tight coverage right there.
Gillen's had a great season as well. He's top 50 in Idaho in total tackles this year, according to Maps Preps. That's second in the 6A Central Idaho Conference. 2nd and 5. Up the middle they go with Noah Burnham. Just shy of the first down marker.
I think if you're Eagle, you got to keep on leaning on Noah Burnham. You have some explosive playmakers in both Austin Ramsey and Cooper Murphy, but Noah Burnham tonight has been explosive.
Had the touchdown to start, both on the ground and through the air if you're just now tuning in. Eagle content to sit on a 14-7 lead. We played one high-flying offense on both sides. A 1-touchdown spread and our showdown of the week.
Your time has come, this is it.
A new ice age dawns.
We don't fear none that exists.
Shooty stars! Untamed, unyielding, unstoppable.
Delta Center is on its feet. We keep throwing shots, we don't miss.
Watch all season long on The Spot, Idaho.
This place is buzzing.
Idaho's home for Mammoth hockey.
At Title One, we're more than a title and escrow company. It starts with respect, and we pass it on.
Because humility makes us better teammates. We stay hungry on and off the field.
And healthy in mind and body. With integrity at every step.
And community in our heart.
Eagle right back to work on a 1st and 10 inside their own territory. They get the ball to the perimeter again. A quick hit to Luke Makita, who can play both ways. And he is into Owyhee territory in a quick hitting screen.
Shades of Ethan Makita right here. Very clearly going with the perimeter approach here on this play. I like the approach by both teams, having a little bit of problems up the middle so far and starting to spread it out.
Gain of 35. Makita, 8 catches, 98 yards, and a touchdown this year. Getting more involved here early. Plus territory for Austin Ramsey and Eagle. Right back to the well. Makita just so hard to bring down. They finally tackle him near the 35. Swallow and Gillen once again. How about this guy throwing his body around playing linebacker and then making a couple huge catches on the offensive side of the ball?
Man, to me, this drive so far has shown me Eagles' depth. You know, you got 3 guys we've already talked about, Noah Burnham, Austin Ramsey, and Cooper Murphy, and now you're seeing Makita starting to get after it. They got guys all over the field for this Eagle offense.
2nd down and short once again. Tight end Bolt split right. Right back to Burnham. Jarred up, but even when Owyee's getting a good push on that defensive line, he's still able to move the chains.
Yeah, right there. Just got, like we've been talking, just got to clean up the run fits one play at a time. Weather the storm the rest of this drive. They got to make something happen in the backfield, I believe.
No pun intended. Weather the storm. Devin DeVos dragged him down, and now you do see Eagles slow down the tempo a little bit. They did this on their first drive, which ultimately culminated in an 85-yard scoring march. Noah Burnham punched it through the end zone. On 1st and 10, Austin Ramsey uncorks, one-on-one coverage, and incomplete.
Great coverage right there from Owyhee right there. That was a little risky right there with the little, getting a little handsy towards the end there. Don't want to get the PI thrown on you, but I like the play call from Eagle right here because they've shown a commitment this whole drive to controlling the ball, controlling the clock, and taking a shot right there in the shot zone.
Aiden Kendrick, the intended target. That was nice coverage by Logan Hosvite. Kendrick, clearly a player who's impressed his coaches in practice because he's just a sophomore. Not many stats this year listed lower in the depth chart. He's already gotten 2 downfield shots, including the touchdown grab. Another RPO look. Burnham just gashing the defense, and a 3rd and short upcoming for the Owyhee defense, trying to slow down Eagle.
I'm really liking the play calling from Eagle on this drive because they are exploiting every facet of their offense. They are running downhill, they're spreading out to the perimeter, and they're taking shots down the field. And let me tell you, at the end of the day, you can lean on Noah Burnham. He is grinding tonight.
One of the top offenses in the state of Idaho, over 30 points per game. The number 3 team in the state against number 11 tonight. On a 3rd and short, Murphy juggles, and he made the catch. Jaden Gillen makes the tackle. Boy, Cooper Murphy remembered that drop early in the first quarter. He clearly is wanting to make up for it here in the second.
You know, I was saying it when it happened, you know, you got to get back to him. You got to get the ball in his hands, build his confidence back up. Because like I was saying, he knows more than anybody else. He needed to have that ball. Building that confidence up with a nice little quick RPO game right there. Definitely think you're going to see more of Cooper Murphy going forward.
Another chain mover for the Eagle Mustangs. On a 1st and 10, Ramsey into a tight window again. Burnham just so hard to bring down in any capacity. Colton Bryant tracks him down there. 12 catches, 187 yards, and 3 touchdowns, showing that he's still effective in the pass game as well.
Burnham doing it all, both on the ground and in the air. I mean, this guy is a lethal threat for this Eagle offense so far tonight.
Another 1st down. And clearly they're content to bleed the clock a little bit as well.
You know, it's interesting. We came into this game, I thought one of the keys of the game for the Owyhee Storm was going to be controlling the clock and controlling the time of possession. And so far, Eagle has dominated the time of possession.
It was a narrow win last week against Mountain View, just a 21-14 game. Looking for more separation here in the first half. They look Bolt's way, and it takes two guys to bring him down. That's a big fella, 6'5", 205.
Yeah, that's what you got to do if you're Owyhee. You know, they might have some size in you here, but like we were talking about, they just got to keep on being a swarming defense. I do like that play right there. Keep them for a minimal gain. See how they do on second down.
Landon Bolt's a big guy. He's got Division I caliber ability and size. He's a 3-star, number 3 tight end, and over 3 overall, period, in the state of Idaho in the 2027 class. Already offers from Nevada and Utah Tech. On a second and short. A modest gain here. And this is a third down stop you just absolutely have to have.
Have to have it, and love that response from Owyhee right there. We've been talking about it so far in this game. The run fits had to get cleaned up, and right there they dominated the line of scrimmage, and they flew up and they hit their gap.
Isaiah Matthews and Cameron Beecham in on the hit, who, by the way, absolutely shredded the national anthem on electric guitar pregame on his senior night.
One of the more impressive things I've ever seen.
And here he is playing on a big third down and short. They go Beecham. Beg your pardon, they go Burnham. He's being chased by Beecham, and it looks like Eagle has enough for that very short first down inside the 5.
We're in another first and goal situation here. It's going to be interesting to see what Eagle does here. I wonder if they go big like Owyhee did with Brian Brecky.
Is this a spot, too, where if you're on the sidelines, you're telling your guys to strip after the ball, to try to rip it out of the hands and force a turnover here?
Absolutely.
If you're
Got to have the ball back by any means.
They go back to the well, and why would you not? A third touchdown of the first half for Noah Burnham.
Might have got a hold here.
Yeah, there is a penalty flag down inside the 5. Our 6A Central Idaho Conference crew gathering. Only the third penalty marker of this first half.
It's been a disciplined first half of football so far by both sides. Looks like we're going back.
A touchdown will stand. Here's one more look at it. Did not catch the explanation. A Matt Bear on for a PAT. And he missed it.
No good.
So a little life there for the Owyhee Storm. They do allow Noah Burnham to score, but they force a missed PAT, and it's 20-7.
At Title I, we're more than a title and escrow company. It starts with respect, and we pass it on.
Because humility makes us better teammates.
We stay hungry on and off the field.
And healthy in mind and body.
With integrity at every step.
And community in our heart.
Well, Eagle finds the end zone for the third time tonight on a third drive. What has impressed you the most about their offense?
I mean, no matter what the situation has been so far in this game, their offense has played their game, their brand of football, and they have been dominating this Owyhee defense so far.
We got to talk with them earlier this week, and we asked, what is the biggest key to your game? We asked both players and coaches, and he said the number one thing, just stick to our team slogan, play our game and control what we can control.
And to me, I think that's the greatest coaching point you can have. These guys prepared hard all week in practice, had a game plan ready to roll, ready to execute, and so far they are dominating offensively.
Almost 5 times the total offensive output for Eagle in this opening half. Logan Housefly. There's the penalty marker down inside the 40. He's already had a nice punt return tonight. His kickoff return gets well into Eagle territory, but we'll see what the flag entails.
He has been explosive in the return game. This one might be coming back, but I'll tell you what, they got to get the ball in his hands on offense. They got to get something going here.
See what the call is. A 10-yard penalty on the kicking team, on the receiving team, beg your pardon. By the way, if you're curious on the PAT, the penalty was for unsportsmanlike conduct. So it was a 15-yard penalty assessed on the kickoff. But now, Mike, as you see, any kind of boost gained from that and the long return from house fight has been erased.
Well, I think we jinxed it when we said this has been a disciplined game so far, because now we're seeing back-to-back penalties, and this was a costly penalty in field position for Owyhee.
How does Storm get things going? Undefeated thus far in 2025. Speed option look. The ball is loose. They call it incomplete pass, but that was fairly clearly a lateral.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that call. Well, I guess the ref saw it go forward there.
That was Ellis Stanley, the intended target. That's why they're down there and we're up here.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what we see.
They've got a much better view of it down on the field.
Been a couple questionable ones so far, but it's all good. We're having fun.
So a 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass from the 30-yard line. Colin Ford puts it in the belly of his bell cow. There goes Asher, got it.
See ya.
Oh, big apart, it's Ellis Stanley. See ya. To the house, a 70-yard score.
Wow. That was, someone missed their fit on the Eagles defense right there. I'll tell you what, because that was 3 yards in a cloud of dust for Owyhee Storm right here. Oh yeah, that opens right up. That is impressive breakaway speed right there from Ellis Stanley.
How about this, Mike? 115 yards on the season. He got more than half of that on that one carry.
Yeah, that was an explosive. And for both these teams, one of the biggest things was going to be limiting explosive plays. And explosive plays on the ground are killer for a defense.
Colin Foy to hold. The kick is blocked. Yeah, they're going to call it dead. So both teams with a missed PAT in their last 2 scores.
That looked like a lapse in protection from Owyhee right there. Someone missed their assignment because he came clean from the interior.
Great play by Jeremiah Minette. Give him credit where it's due. Ellis Stanley's previous long run of the season was 18 yards. And on this play, he finds the perfect hole. And the speed does the rest.
Tackling. Comes down to tackling right there. Got to wrap up if you're Eagle. Next thing you know, you're looking at that explosive touchdown run for Ellis Stanley. And I'll tell you what, I was going to bring up a point of missing the extra point for Eagle coming back to bite, but now we're 7 points away.
It's funny how that always works that way, doesn't it? Feels like.
Yeah, I guess it evens out here. But I was wondering if we were going to see that come back into play later in the game. If this is going to be a 1-point game towards the end. But for now, we're back on the track.
How about the response, though, from Owyhee? They looked a little outplayed there through the first quarter, but they are proving on a couple big plays. One was the screen to Brecky, and they're the 70-yard touchdown to Stanley. They can hang with this team, can't they?
We're seeing the mentality of Owyhee in full display right here with their ability to bounce back.
Deep kick to Zay Wright. And Zay will settle for the 28-yard line. Well, Ryan Brecky and his coaches really hammered that point home in our discussions with him this week. He said, we had a purpose before anybody had an opinion. Everybody's picking Eagle in this matchup. They really felt like they could just really cut it loose, and that the underdog mentality is something that builds them up into this week's matchup.
Absolutely, and if you're Owyhee, everything, all the signs pointing towards this game are not in your favor, and it's up to you to block out the outside noise. And at the end of the day, you got to see this team for 60 minutes. And so far, they've done a great job responding each time. Love to see a big defensive stop from Owyhee here.
2 undefeated teams, 2 top 11 teams in the 6A in Idaho. Noah Burnham just gashing for yardage. We do see a penalty marker come from the secondary.
Noah Burnham continues to be a huge focus for this Eagle offense.
And the Storm retreating defensively.
We got a face mask.
Love the enthusiasm from our head referee, too. He's really making sure that everybody for the back row knows the call.
He's making sure that we can hear it up here. He must have heard us talking about that questionable call towards the goal line.
We appreciate what high school referees do.
They're the best.
1st and 10 after the penalty from the 46. Eagle thinking a shot play here. Why would you not? Cooper Murphy on the pitch and catch, 15+ and a first down for the Mustangs.
Cooper Murphy getting rolling. We know the caliber of player that he is. He is the explosive threat in this offense. It's good to see him get rolling right here.
Talked about this a little earlier, but he actually transferred from a school in California. He was at Marina Mesa, and he won a CIF championship. That's something that your school has done in the past. You know how hard that is to do.
It was difficult. We were Division 8 in CIF at York High School, and back then it wasn't as big a thing as it is now, I'll tell you what.
That was last year for Murphy. He wants to help his team this year in Idaho win another ring for him.
Absolutely. And having that championship experience and having that experience of playing a 14-game season, because that's how long it is to get to the CIF championship at the high school level in California, that leadership translating to this Eagle team will be huge for them come playoffs.
A modest run there. 2nd down and short, upcoming inside the 20. We asked James Clough, how much would it mean for you to lead this group to a state title this year? And he said, I've got a lot of fire in me because I want these kids to experience that. He's experienced it himself coaching at other stops. He wants his guys to accomplish it in 2025. Noah Burnham trying to make sure that they get a taste of it all the way down near the 10, and Owyhee's still struggling to push back when Burnham has the ball on the ground.
Yeah, and to me, this all starts at the point of attack. You know, this Owyhee defensive line is battling up here, but we definitely need to see a little bit more knockback from them and able to get more effective pressure on Noah Burnham in the run game.
So a 1st and goal situation for Eagle. They give Burnham. How about that second effort? This guy is almost impossible to get down.
Feels like every time he touches the ball, there's a second effort tonight. You know, right when you think that he's down, because right there, I thought that he was down right around the line of scrimmage. You see him pop out about 2 or 3 yards past that. So this guy is a powerful dude, keeps his legs churning. You got to love to see that if you're a member of the Eagle football team, because that just inspires you. You see a guy giving it his all.
Under 4 minutes left to play here in the 2nd quarter. Halftime on the horizon, and again we see Eagle milking the clock a little bit. Murphy in motion. Ramsey, pass deflected and incomplete.
A little bit of trickery from Eagle there. Getting a fake reversed to Cooper Murphy.
Looked like Parker Leaf. Big 6'5", 215 senior getting his hands up.
That is a big wingspan to get the ball over, I'll tell you what.
As you could guess, he also plays varsity basketball and baseball.
I assumed.
Two-way player getting involved there defensively for the Owyhee Storm.
Huge 3rd down for Owyhee right here.
28+ in the green in the rushing category for Eagle. What a play design. What a throw. Austin Ramsey to Burnham for 6 more.
And right there, you saw almost the exact same play design as the play before. You see Cooper Murphy going in motion on that little fake reverse action. Quarterback turns his eyes, finds him wide open in the end zone.
That is Cooper Murphy on the catch, I beg your pardon. Can you blame me for thinking Burnham scored again? Already 3 touchdowns in the first half.
I had to catch myself right there. I thought it was him too out of the backfield.
Matt Bear on for the PAT, and Murphy will be humbled by catching the touchdown and then going right down to a knee and holding the PAT. Clean operation, and the point after is true. 4 touchdown drives for Eagle in its first 4 tries in this first half. Things have been nearly picture perfect for them.
They have been decisive on offense so far. They are playing their game up and down the field right now. No matter where the chains are, it can be 2nd and short, 3rd and long, doesn't matter. They are executing their game plan to perfection right now. And what I really like to see there from Eagle is getting Cooper Murphy back involved in that drive. That felt like the drive to get him rolling.
Saw Coach Burton and his defensive coordinator Matt Green trying to egg his guys on. This group has been so good defensively this year. They only allow 16 points per game. That's out the window tonight.
You know, they're facing a different beast than Eagle. I mean, this offense is explosive. Watching the film throughout this week, they have seemed like one of the top, if not the top offense in Idaho high school football.
Madden Bear deploys the kick. Haas find another return. Reversing field. This guy is so hard to drag down all the way near the 25-yard line. As the future Division I basketball player with a nice return there.
Haasfight
for Owyhee.
Haasfight is taking this game over on special teams right now. And while that wasn't a huge return, just seeing the explosiveness and his ability, you have to think that one of these might break coming up soon.
Well, here's a look at the Southern Idaho Conference division standings. Both of these teams within the same division, which has been a storyline this year. Rocky Mountain also 5-0, 2-0 in the Foothills division. This is why this game matters. 2 undefeateds. Nobody wants to take home a division loss tonight, especially as the season draws to a close within the next couple weeks in the regular season.
Absolutely. This is a must-win game for both of these ball teams.
It's a must-score drive for the Owyhee Storm, trying to keep this thing within a score before we break for the half. Colin Foy off the handoff there in a modest game for Asher Gaudette.
Got to win the middle 8 right here.
Another high snap. Foy handles. One-on-one coverage and a first down off the slant.
If you're Owyhee, you want to see them drive down the field and get this touchdown here and get a stop on defense, because they will return the ball first in the second half. That will give them the opportunity to bring this game back to tie.
That's Joseph Dickinson on the catch. He's one of Foy's favorite targets. 9 catches for 135 yards this year coming in. Blasted back at the line.
Great penetration from Eagle here. That was beautiful by their defensive front right there.
That was Braden Peterson getting some pressure. 10 TFLs through 5 games.
That's a dude.
That's like Mike Callahan territory there.
Back in the Yoblina high school days.
Another stifling attempt at the defensive line. What is it that this group up front for Eagle is doing that's impressive you right now?
They are getting knocked back at the point of attack, and they are dominating the front right now.
So a 3rd and long for the Owyhee Storm. A screen snuffed out. That was Gaudette trying to make something out of nothing. Jackson LeBeau comes up and makes the hit.
I think you got to talk about going for it here at this point in the game.
And a timeout called by the Eagle Mustangs, which is just a window into their aggressiveness. You know that they aren't going to be content to just sit on it and go to the locker room with a 13-point lead, 154 still showing on the clock.
Absolutely, and that is something that you got to consider if you're Owyhee too. Going for it right here might put Eagle in pretty good position to score again before getting to halftime, but at this point in the game, this is a must-win ball game for both of these clubs. This is a chance to retake that momentum if you get a conversion here.
Yeah, they're on their own 43, and this is a spot where you see modern NFL teams and more college teams start to go for this just to get back in the game, especially if you're in the situation for Owyhee. See the mascot loving it.
Yeah, this might be a little advanced for the high school level, but looking at the analytics here, you know, you'll have a guy on the sideline of the college NFL telling you if this is a go. And according to Owyhee, this may not be a go here. Oh, they're going.
Now they're sending Foy out there.
They're rolling. I love the aggressiveness. Let's see if it pays off.
Is the punter, but he's not on the field. 4th and 6 from their own 43. Foy calling for an audible. Keep an eye on Brecky in the slot.
That was the other aspect of what they could have done there. Having all 3 timeouts still remaining. Try to drive. They've already done it once. I don't blame them with the thought there.
Jason Burton does call for the timeout. So trying to draw Eagle offside there and set up what really would become a 4th down and manageable.
Yes, if they got them to jump off sides right there, then it is an absolute go
That's a
zone.
green light special.
Yes, but being at 4th and 6 at this point, I think you do have to punt it.
Minute 54 left in the second quarter. If you're Eagle right now, what's the message? You guys have a 2-minute drill here before we go to the locker room.
I am absolutely in 2-minute drill time if I'm Eagles offense right now. You have this defense on its heels. You got to go in for the kill shot before halftime.
Christian Zanito is on the punt. They have been using Hosfite as a punter at times this year.
Fake.
Colin Duarte back deep. They run a fake. It's a jump ball and they convert it.
Wow, aggressive call from Owyhee there. We were talking, this is a must-win game for both of these two teams. Sometimes you got to make aggressive decisions, and Owyhee did just that right there.
That's Parker Leaf making the grab. Christian Zanito, a junior punter, making the throw.
That was backup quarterback arm right there, I'll tell you what.
He said, "Coach, move me up on the depth chart." No guts, no glory. A message from Jason Burton on that play call.
Absolutely. And if I'm on Owyhee right now, I'm loving the coach's belief in your guys to execute your game plan to perfection there. And that's something they've probably had in their bag since fall camp. Perfect time to bring it out, clearly. Caught Eagle sleeping there.
If you're Coach Burton, too, like, you don't want to look back on the undefeated matchup with Eagle.
No regrets.
I had that play call in mind. Didn't decide to use it there. Why not? Down 2 touchdowns, a minute 18 left, and now this is really a golden opportunity for Owyhee to score before the end of the second.
Absolutely, and you said it best. This is absolutely the game in these two teams' schedules to empty the tank. And you're going to see some aggressive play calling like that from Owyhee.
A 5-yard penalty. A legal substitution on Eagle. So a ball moved to the 36. That was just what the doctor ordered.
Absolutely.
For the Storm, wasn't it? The conversion and then a penalty.
And I'll tell you what, don't be surprised if Owyhee airs it out right here and takes a shot.
On a 1st and 5, call it forward. Look at Gaudette's direction. Out near the sticks, and you do have to be aware of the clock here. If you're the Storm, still 2 timeouts in their back pocket. That is Ellis Stanley, who's getting more playing time tonight in the backfield. Then why not? If you're just now joining us, he had a 70-yard touchdown earlier in this game. Quick hit. 1st down. Forward progress out inside the 25. And Owyhee going no huddle. Antonio Durazio on the catch.
We have a player down for Eagle.
That's what you hate to see in a game like this. 2 very competitive teams. Very disciplined first half.
I'll tell you what, cramping against a tempo team, nothing worse than that.
I'm sure that never happened to you.
Gets the clock to stop, though, I'll tell you that.
Just one more look at this play.
A little chippiness from these two teams.
You can tell they both want it.
Yeah.
Injured player, by the way, was Colin Duarte, and good news for the Eagle faithful. He is off on the field on his own power. So 1st and 10, 47 seconds left in the second, clock ticking. Owyhee to work. Another screen into traffic.
Got to wrap up.
Durazio inside the 15.
Eagle went for the big hit right there. Try to make something happen and ended up burning him.
And just shy of the 1st down marker, Jason Burton will call for a timeout. 2 yards to gain. As Manette makes another play. Boy, the other thing about that play, Mike, Eagles sold out for the pick, too. They were trying to grab that ball in traffic, which clearly is good film recognition for them. But You mentioned the downside of that. Sometimes you're out of position if a player like D'Orazio with good speed slips by you.
Absolutely, and I do enjoy the aggressiveness from Eagles defense there. You could tell that they've seen that on film during the week. Just got to be a step quicker to get the interception there. But great play from Owyhee, and they are driving right now towards the end of the second quarter.
Owyhee told us this week, Ryan Brecky specifically said, we prepare differently than other teams. We have several guys who put in 2 to 3 hours worth of film. When you consider what these guys are doing in the classroom every week, 8 hours of school, a couple hours of practice every day, a couple hours of social life, you start to run out of hours in a day there, so that's even more impressive.
That is a Division I level commitment.
2 wide receivers either way. On a 2nd and 2, Foy thinking end zone. D'Orazio went down to a knee inside the 5 on the catch.
Little slip on the catch right here, but still, we're getting into dangerous territory if you're Eagles defense.
Another whistle interrupts play. Looked like they were just taking time to move the chains. Clock stops with 23 seconds left. Love the throwback with Foy coming to the sideline for the play call. Feels like we haven't seen that in this game for like 10, 15 years, especially at the college level and pro level with the communication in the headsets. But it's one thing you got to love about the high school level. You're still going to see that.
Gotta love Hawaii's old school approach in this game.
Ellis Stanley in the backfield. It's a 2nd and goal from the 5. Great coverage defensively by Zaya Wright. And the pass incomplete.
I'll tell you what, defensively, Zaya Wright is having a game right now. He is flying around the field, playing great coverage on one of the best receiving options in the state, and Ryan Brecky right there.
3-way player. Offense, defense, and special teams. He's the kick return. You don't see that a ton. And by the way, one of their best cover corners. No big deal or anything.
We got a lot of faith in Zaya Wright.
Stanley stays in the game in the backfield. It's a 3rd down and 5.
Got him.
Now to jump offside. That'll be a fresh set of downs for Owyhee.
The discipline from Eagle on this drive slipping a little bit.
2nd offside call that we've seen tonight against Eagle.
Especially on these 3rd downs, you really got a ball key right here if you're Eagles defensive line. They've shown throughout this game that they will hard count. It's just going to come back to refocusing and being disciplined and not jumping when you hear the quarterback's cadence.
Said they get a fresh set of downs. It's still 3rd down and goal, but it's half the distance to the goal. 3 yards to Pater. Still a shotgun look for Colin Foy. Bobbled the snap, just has to take it down to the ground. And some clear frustration from the senior quarterback.
Yeah, that's just a bobbled snap right there, unfortunately, for Owyhee.
Timeout with 16 seconds left, the final one for Jason Burton. So what do you do here? You got a senior kicker in Corbin Gill. He's 2 for 3 on field goals this year. He made a 37-yarder last week.
Well, I'll tell you what, the bobbled snap makes this a much more complicated decision here because ideally you want to score before you get into halftime at any cost, whether that's a field goal or a touchdown. But being in a 4th and 3 versus a 4th and appears to be 14, 4th and 14 right now, I would say you got to kick this field goal here. We'll see what they do.
Here's one more look at the snap. Initially there, Mike, is that more quarterback or is that more center?
That looks like a little high of a snap from the center. Ideally, the quarterback will have that snap, but regardless, same result, same outcome. Owyhee will be aggressive here. They are going for it.
Wow, offense on the field.
Let's see if they hard count.
4th and goal. End zone or bust for the Owyhee Storm. Foy flinging it. Storm fans want a pass interference call, and the penalty marker flies from the far sideline. Brecky was practically triple covered toward the left corner, and Foy still let it go.
Great coverage by the defense here up until the very last second. Unfortunately, that will result in a new set of downs.
How about the aggressiveness from Jason Burton on this drive alone? He calls not only for the offense to stay on the field on a 4th down initially, Eagle calls for the timeout, sends the punter out there, runs the fake punt, puts the offense on the field, 4th down at 14, goal to go situation. And now he's helped out here with his aggressiveness by virtue of the pass interference call.
I mean, I'll tell you what, we said on the punt, we thought they should have punted it there. They didn't listen to us there. And right there, we thought we should have kicked a field goal and paid off for them. So we'll see what happens here. 4th and 7, much more manageable than 4th and long.
Again, an end zone or bust situation for the Owyhee Storm.
Got a timeout from Eagle here.
No reason to hang on to those first half timeouts in this situation.
Not at all. 4th and 7, one play before halftime. Definitely want to call that timeout after seeing that offensive look come out for Eagle. For Owyhee. Eagle can adjust their defense accordingly.
One more timeout in James Clough's pocket. Who are you looking to here on a 4th down situation? They dial it up for Brecky there on the last look. Are you thinking anything different?
I'm thinking you go Brecky again here. I mean, that size in the red zone, got to give him a chance. Put the ball where only he can get it. And I do expect Zaya Wright to be draped on him once again. So this is going to be an interesting play call here from Owyhee.
55th ranked tight end in the country, the number 4 overall player in the state of Idaho. Ryan Brecky already with a long pass play tonight. Did score a rushing touchdown as well in the first quarter.
This offense goes as he goes. We knew that coming into this game, and so far that has remained true through the first half.
10 seconds on the clock. 4th down and a goal to go situation from the Eagles 7. Colin Foy buys time to the back corner. Great coverage and an incomplete pass. Luke Makita in coverage.
Makita has been all over the field tonight on both sides of the ball for Eagle here. This is great coverage. Nowhere to go for the football if you're Owyhee, and that's going to close us out for this first half.
Had to take a chance. Parker Leaf, the intended target.
Love the aggressiveness from Owyhee there, though. That whole drive, I think that builds momentum going into the second half.
Would you have thought about taking the 3 there after the pass interference moved it to the 7-yard line?
I mean, in a normal game, absolutely. I think you have to kick the field goal if it's 4th and 14 on that play. But in this level of a game, got to be aggressive.
Well, especially with what Eagle has shown you offensively.
Exactly.
Scoring 4 times in 4 drives. This will be their lone scoreless drive, assuming they just run out the last 3 seconds.
I want to rule out a double pass here.
Oh, so much for that.
Nope.
Cooper Murphy tried to launch it downfield. I mean, what more could you expect from James Clough? That guy wasn't going to roll over and go to the locker room without at least taking a shot at a trick play. What a first half it was. Eagle 27, Owyhee 13. Touchdowns abound. We'll be back for more shortly.
At Farm Bureau Insurance of Idaho, community isn't just where we live, it's how we live. You'll find us coaching Little League, serving at local food drives, and volunteering in the community because we believe strong communities are built on connection, service, and trust. And our agents are committed to standing beside the people and places that make Idaho special. Farm Bureau Insurance of Idaho, rooted in community, built for Idaho.
It's a bowl experience unlike any other.
This is the tradition here at the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
But it's so much more than crowning a champion. It's about giving back to the community. It's about coming together with friends and family over free Idaho-grown French fries and a burger. It's about being role models for the next generation of college football players. The famous Idaho Potato Bowl. It's about more than football. It's about Idaho.
Good morning, Idaho!
Rise and shine with Sophia Cruz and Roland Barris.
Sharing the stories of your neighborhood live and right where they're happening. Welcome back to Good Morning, Idaho. The sun is shining bright down here at Quinn's Pond.
With more morning reporters and more local coverage.
It's nice to see your face again. Good morning, Roland. It's looking awesome out there, especially because each morning we love to be in your neighborhood.
Good Morning, Idaho. Weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. Only on Idaho News 6.
When you're hurt in a car wreck, insurance companies will try to minimize your claim. Don't let them. We're here to fight for every dollar you deserve.
We're in your corner working to get you the best possible outcome.
When I called Craig Swap & Associates, it was so fast and so easy. They got right to work, making sure the insurance company treated me fairly, so I got everything I deserved.
Don't let big insurance take advantage of you. Call Craig Swap & Associates now. One call, that's all. 208-999-9999.
Oh, very exciting first half in the books here at Idaho Central Stadium. Garrett Jones, Mike Callahan, our whole crew here with you. As we take a look at our first half numbers, what stands, we'll get to those in just a moment. An exciting first half. Like we were saying, a combined 40 points of offense between these two. I believe we've got our highlights coming down the pipe. And Eagle got it going early. How could they not with Noah Burnham in their back?
Noah Burnham tonight for Eagle has been a huge asset to them. Running the ball, throwing the ball, catching the ball. Every level of their offensive game has run through Noah Burnham tonight, which has been an awesome thing to see.
Ryan Brecky got involved running the ball as well.
Ryan Brecky for Owyhee has been, we knew coming into this game that their offense would go as he went, and so far it's been the truth.
Noah Burnham with his third touchdown of that first half. Owyhee would respond, though. This was a huge play for Ellis Stanley, 70 yards to the house to keep them in the game.
Absolutely. Gashed the Eagle offense there, Eagle defense there, and got them right back into the game.
Well, we've seen Stanley more than we've seen Gaudette tonight. We were just talking about some of these advanced concepts that Eagle is running. How about that? The no look to the shoulder and then a wide open Cooper Murphy.
Eagle is running some advanced offensive schemes tonight. They're doing a great job with their RPO. They're doing a lot of shifts and motions that are very advanced for the high school level, and Owyhee has done a good job so far of weathering that storm, but they're going to have to be better in the second half.
Let's take a look at our stats. And, Mike, what stands out to you the most when you look at that right now?
To me right now for the Owyhee Storm, they got to get back to the run game. I know that the score is what it is, but Owyee's identity is running the ball, and right now I don't think that they're happy with where their rushing yards are, and I think that'll improve in the second half.
You have to consider 70 of those 73 rushing yards for the Storm coming on one play.
Yeah.
So it's basically been one missed assignment all night for the Eagle defense.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're Owyhee, looking at how this game has gone, you got to keep on producing explosive plays because virtually your entire offense is stemmed from explosive plays so far.
That's a very balanced Eagle attack. Been a very, very fun first half. Couple plays go one team's way, couple plays go the other. And we've got 40 points on the scoreboard through the first two periods. Not bad at all. Big reason to stick with us tonight. Been very fun in this first half on the Showdown of the Week. We'll continue our halftime coverage in just a moment. Right now, Eagle with the lead, 27-13.
At Title I, we're more than a title and escrow company. It starts with respect, and we pass it on.
Because humility makes us better teammates.
We stay hungry on and off the field.
And healthy in mind and body.
With integrity at every step.
And community in our heart.
At Farm Bureau Insurance of Idaho, our customers trust us because we're their neighbors, friends, and patrons. When questions come up or life takes a turn, you don't want to wait on hold or talk to someone across the country. That's why you'll find us here, ready to meet in person, answer your questions, and protect what matters most. Farm Bureau Insurance of Idaho, rooted in the Treasure Valley, built for Idaho.
There's no place like home. The people and places that surround us and hold on to our hearts. It's what we want to protect, celebrate, and preserve. At Idaho News 6, the stories in our neighborhood aren't just headlines. They're what's happening to us, around us, and matter to us. We work where we live and live where we work. From the front lines of our front porch. Idaho News 6. Proud to be in your neighborhood.
When you're in a car wreck, We're not just here to fight for you. We're here as a family. At Craig Swap & Associates, we treat every client like one of our own.
We're not just a business. We're a family.
When I reached out to Craig Swap & Associates, it felt like I was talking to family. They got started right away. They made sure I received everything I was owed.
Call Craig Swap & Associates and let us show you what it means to be treated like family. Just one call, that's all.
208-999-9999.
And anticipation of the halftime show, I should say, at that senior night here for the Storm. Talked about a couple storylines for both of these teams through the first half. Eagle Mustangs really prolific in their offensive attack. How about Noah Burnham just showing you why he is one of the best running backs in this state?
Noah Burnham could be the best running back in the state today in Idaho. I mean, his ability to wear this defense out over the course of the game. He's got long speed and he's also got grinder ability so far. He has been wearing down defenders at every point of every level of the game. He's got a passing touchdown tonight, which was impressive, but he is showing every bit of why he is as good as advertised.
Offers for him from the College of Idaho and Montana Tech. He's visited the University of Idaho up in Moscow. This might be the kind of game that puts him on the map as far as next level recruiting. Yeah, and just what my eyes are telling me, I would be surprised if that's it for Noah Burnham. I think that his recruitment might take off as the season continues on in his last year in high school, and won't be surprised to see him at the next level. Speaking of getting recruited, Ryan Brecky, the Boise State commit, showing you why he's going to be a good player in blue and orange. Yeah, absolutely. And also this Owyhee passing attack so far has been kind of against what their offensive philosophy has been. They have about 30 more passing yards than they do rushing yards at this point of the game, which has been a big surprise coming into this game, expecting them to keep the ball on the ground. We'll see how that goes with the score is where it is, but I think on this drive they're going to get back to their offensive mentality. Parker Leaf getting involved there. Back to Foy. Anthony DiOrazio. Man, he's going to be kicking himself on that one. He's going to want that play back. Inside of the 5, and ultimately the drive stalled for Owyhee. That's going to be a big play that at the end of this one that we look back on as changing the outcome of this one. Yeah, that knee hitting the ground right there, that I know he's feeling it, and similar to what we were talking about with Cooper Murphy earlier tonight on that drop ball, I think that they got to get the ball back in his hands. He's been a great player for them tonight, and he wants to make up for that play at some point over the next second half. 27-13, Eagle with the advantage. Our halftime coverage rolling along here from Meridian.
This season on the spot, Idaho, we ride with our knights in their pursuit to reclaim Lord Stanley's Cup.
Stoll with a steal on the back check. Michael streaking in, centered it, scores!
For honor.
Big hit. This is some big boy hockey. Shot on a glove save, Hill!
For glory.
Carlson looking, scores!
For the realm.
Round of the fortress coming to their feet.
Watch all season long on the spot, Idaho. Idaho's home for Golden Knights hockey.
At Farm Bureau Insurance of Idaho, community isn't just where we live, it's how we live. You'll find us coaching Little League, serving at local food drives, and volunteering in the community because we believe strong communities are built on connection, service, and trust. And our agents are committed to standing beside the people and places that make Idaho special. Farm Bureau Insurance of Idaho, rooted in community, built for Idaho.
Good morning, Idaho!
Rise and shine with Sophia Cruz and Roland Barris.
Sharing the stories of your neighborhood live and right where they're happening. Welcome back to Good Morning, Idaho. The sun is shining bright down here at Quinn's Pond.
With more morning reporters and more local coverage.
It's nice to see your face again. Good morning, Roland. It's looking awesome out there, especially because each morning we love to be in your neighborhood.
Good Morning, Idaho. Weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. Only on Idaho News 6.
It's a bowl experience unlike any other.
As is the tradition here at the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
But it's so much more than crowning a champion. It's about giving back to the community. It's about coming together with friends and family over free Idaho-grown French fries and a burger. It's about being role models for the next generation of college football players. The famous Idaho Potato Bowl. It's about more than football. It's about Idaho.
Well, halftime continuing here at Idaho Central Stadium. Eagle with a 2-touchdown lead on Owyhee We've mentioned several times about the importance of this matchup between these two. It's even more important when you consider the Mustangs are on the road next week at Kuna. Not an easy win. They consider that they just took this Owyhee team to a one-possession game last week.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to see what happens with that game next week. That's going to be another big-time game for this Eagle High School football team. But really liking what I'm seeing from them right now. I like their chances for the rest of this year. It's going to be interesting to follow them going into the playoffs.
Bora to wrap it up on October 17th. By the way, Kuna Cavemen with a K, one of the best mascots in the country. I would argue that with anybody.
It's up there on any list in the country, I'll tell you what.
2 more games for the Mustangs, who finished 9-3 last year, made it all the way to states. Eventually fell in a disappointing matchup for them over at Albertson Stadium. On the other side, Owyhee, they don't want to have any losses in that column. They have 2 road matchups to close it out. Senior night here tonight. What is that going to be like for them finishing out the rest of their campaign on the road?
Yeah, it's going to be a hostile environment at both Boise and Mountain View for Owyhee to finish off this season, especially if they can come through with a win tonight, go into those games undefeated. That's going to be a packed house regardless for those 2 final games on the road.
You can see there for Owyhee, they've won close, but they have already matched their win total from all of a year ago. That's impressive, and it would be even more so if they can come back and win this game and improve on that tonight. A Southern Idaho Conference, Rocky Mountain in first place. On the other side, we showed you this a little bit earlier in our broadcast, the importance of this matchup in the River Division. Any other teams, as you look across this league, Mike, stand out to you as far as possibly making noise in the postseason?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I watched Timberline a couple weeks ago against Boise with some people, and I'll tell you what, that team can shock some people. It's going to be interesting to see what they do once the playoffs come around, too. They might have some upsets.
Huge divisional game here tonight. Eagle up by 2 touchdowns. We're moments away from the third quarter getting going here in Meridian.
Your time has come, this is it.
A new ice age dawns.
We don't fear none that exists.
She scores!
Untamed, unyielding, unstoppable.
Delta Center is on its feet. We keep throwing shots, we don't miss.
Watched all season long on The Spot, Idaho.
This place is buzzing.
Idaho's home for Mammoth hockey.
There's no place like home. The people and places that surround us and hold on to our hearts. It's what we want to protect, celebrate, and preserve. At Idaho News 6, the stories in our neighborhood aren't just headlines. They're what's happening to us, around us, and matter to us. We work where we live and live where we work. From the front lines of our front porch. Idaho News 6. Proud to be in your neighborhood.
It's a bowl experience unlike any other.
This is the tradition here at the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
But it's so much more than crowning a champion. It's about giving back to the community. It's about coming together with friends and family over free Idaho-grown French fries and a burger. It's about being role models for the next generation of college football players. The famous Idaho Potato Bowl. It's about more than football. It's about Idaho.
At Title I, we're more than a title and escrow company. It starts with respect, and we pass it on.
Because humility makes us better teammates.
We stay hungry on and off the field.
And healthy in mind and body.
With integrity at every step.
And community in our heart.
There's no place like home. The people and places that surround us and hold on to our hearts. It's what we want to protect, celebrate, and preserve. At Idaho News 6, the stories in our neighborhood aren't just headlines. They're what's happening to us, around us, and matter to us. We work where we live and live where we work. From the front lines of our front porch. Idaho News 6. Proud to be in your neighborhood.
Starting to wrap up here at Idaho Central Stadium. Eagle with a 27-13 lead over Owyhee. Garrett Jones, Mike Callahan here with you. Been a fun night. A lot of fun action on both sides of the ball. And of course, high school football is so impactful at the community level. Over the past several weeks, the West Ada School District held its annual fall raffle giveaway, a community-wide fundraiser that brought in more than $547,000 to support extracurricular programs. Family, students, sponsors all played a role in 3 powerhouse programs, of course, Owyhee football, volleyball, and Eagle volleyball, combined for over 80,000 raised. So very impressive for a group that's on the field here tonight. Wrapped up here tonight with a special on-field celebration. 10 finalists chosen in September opened a briefcase, revealed their prize. It's more than $60K in total prizes awarded. The highlight came with one very lucky winner claiming the grand prize, a brand new 2025 Ford Ranger donated by Kendall Ford, valued at $35,000. It was a record-breaking fundraiser that ensures more opportunities for students across the district. Mike, that's an exciting way to drum up a lot of great funds for a great cause.
Yeah, and that's one of my favorite things about the Boise community is you're going to see a lot of support from the community, just giving back and supporting great causes such as this.
They are talking about those briefcases right now, so the anticipation building a little bit with our Reed. It is halftime here in Owyhee. It's 27-13. We'll be back for more football coming your way momentarily.
This season on the Spot, Idaho, we ride with our Knights in their pursuit to reclaim Lord Stanley's Cup.
Stoll with a steal on the back check. Michael streaking in, centered it, scores!
For honor.
Big hit.
This is some big boy hockey.
Shot and a glove save, Hill!
For glory.
Carlson looking, scores!
For the realm.
Round of the fortress coming to their feet.
Watch all season long on the Spot, Idaho. Idaho's home for Golden Knights hockey.
At Farm Bureau Insurance of Idaho, community isn't just where we live, it's how we live. You'll find us coaching Little League, serving at local food drives, and volunteering in the community because we believe strong communities are built on connection, service, and trust. And our agents are committed to standing beside the people and places that make Idaho special. Farm Bureau Insurance of Idaho, rooted in community, built for Idaho.
Good morning, Idaho!
Rise and shine with Sophia Cruz and Roland Barris.
Sharing the stories of your neighborhood live and right where they're happening. Welcome back to Good Morning, Idaho. The sun is shining bright down here at Quinn's Pond.
With more morning reporters and more local coverage.
It's nice to see your face again. Good morning, Roland. It's looking awesome out there, especially because each morning we love to be in your neighborhood.
Good Morning, Idaho. Weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. Only on Idaho News 6.
It's a bowl experience unlike any other.
This is the tradition here at the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
But it's so much more than crowning a champion. It's about giving back to the community. It's about coming together with friends and family over free Idaho-grown French fries and a burger. It's about being role models for the next generation of college football players. The famous Idaho Potato Bowl. It's about more than football. It's about Idaho.
Oh, senior day, and great crowd, awesome halftime entertainment, just a few moments away from kick. 27-13 ball game, as you see some of the families who were involved in the West Ada raffle getting honored on the field. A first half that saw Eagle really throw a couple of blows. 2 drives, 2 scoring drives. They went up 14-0 in this matchup. And Owyhee able to land a counterpunch. Rec Tech Backyard Beast Barbecue. Not bad. Not a bad prize there.
That's an amazing prize.
There's some good prizes there, thanks to everybody involved in that for the West Ada School District. Do believe we've got our numbers here from the first half. I guess, Mike, big thing, big picture from each side. What's an adjustment you'd like to see from Owyhee first and then Eagle?
From Owyhee first, they have to capitalize on their opportunities this half. No question about it. They're getting the ball to start this half. They didn't score at the first half of the middle 8, which is the last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half. I really need to see them drive down the field and score a touchdown here and get momentum back in their hands. And if I'm Eagle, the adjustment I got to make is when Owyhee is starting to build that momentum, because so far it's been really streaky with Owyhee. You know, they hit that fake punt throw that ended up getting them towards the red zone. I like that response. I want to see that continue. And at the end of the day, Eagles got to keep playing their game. You know, we were talking about in the break, this is some of the most advanced offensive schematics that I've seen at the high school level ever, more so than California. I mean, this isn't a discreditment on Owyhee by any means. I think Eagle's just that good offensively.
Absolutely. How impressive is it to you that these high school student athletes have not committed a turnover in the first half?
That is huge for both of these teams. That was one of my keys to the game, was ball security for both sides. So the momentum has been being played out on the field, not self-inflicted wounds on that field. So we'll see.
Well, players starting to warm up. The halftime festivities have gone a little bit long, but that's all right. We're just getting more anticipation built up for this second half. We'll take another break and then inch closer to the third quarter getting going here tonight at Idaho Central Stadium.
$500 Shields gift card. At Title I, we're more than a title and escrow company. It starts with respect, and we pass it on.
Because humility makes us better teammates.
We stay hungry on and off the field.
And healthy in mind and body.
With integrity at every step.
And community in our heart.
At Farm Bureau Insurance of Idaho, our customers trust us because we're their neighbors, friends, and patrons. When questions come up or life takes a turn, you don't want to wait on hold or talk to someone across the country. That's why you'll find us here, ready to meet in person, answer your questions, and protect what matters most. Farm Bureau Insurance of Idaho, rooted in the Treasure Valley, built for Idaho.
There's no place like home. The people and places that surround us and hold on to our hearts. It's what we want to protect, celebrate, and preserve. At Idaho News 6, the stories in our neighborhood aren't just headlines. They're what's happening to us, around us, and matter to us. We work where we live and live where we work. From the front lines of our front porch. Idaho News 6. Proud to be in your neighborhood.
When you're in a car wreck, we're not just here to fight for you. We're here as a family. At Craig Swap & Associates, we treat every client like one of our own.
We're not just a business. We're a family.
When I reached out to Craig Swap & Associates, it felt like I was talking to family. They got started right away. They made sure I received everything I was owed.
Call Craig Swap & Associates and let us show you what it means to be treated like family. Just one call, that's all.
208-999-9999.
The raffle continuing to wrap up. How hard is it to get back and warmed on? It's not a cold night, right? I think everybody is pretty happy. This is football weather, isn't it? Been a little rainy this week, a little chilly. How hard is it for these guys to get warmed up and back engaged as we start the third quarter?
I mean, you see it right now looking at Eagle. I mean, they got to get moving right now, because while this isn't truly, we're not getting into those really cold games yet, you've been playing hot games for the past month, and this is the first one that you're starting to feel a little bit. So they definitely got to get warmed up on both sides, be ready to roll once we get to this next, once we get to kickoff here.
You see the warm-ups there for Owyhee. If you're just now tuning back in for the start of the second half, let's walk you through our halftime highlights. It was a very fun first half of 40 points on the scoreboard. And got going here early. Eagle with a picture-perfect first drive, putting up 7 points with Noah Byrne.
Continuing to lean on that explosive offense. They have a great scheme that's been super fun to watch. They have they have depth. They have a ton of guys at every position on the field on offense. So it's been great and super fun to watch.
What has impressed you about the Mustangs defensively?
Defensively, they're owning the point of attack against a team that runs the ball. 73 rushing yards to Owyhee is no joke.
I see Burnham there wrestling in for another score.
Here comes the pass.
Yeah, this one was just for good measure. Pretty good ball and a wide open man. That was Aiden Kendrick taking it the whole way. That's fun high school football.
Oh, that's amazing. That's the creativity you just love to watch in the game of football. And how about this explosive return? I'm telling you, one of these returns could pop at some point, because these have been explosive in the first half.
Logan Hosfite there with the good punt return, and this one did break a little bit for Owyee's favor, getting Ryan Brecky involved on the screen. You just got to get the ball in his hands anyway.
Absolutely. I think that might be the biggest point of emphasis for the second half going for Owyhee. You got to get the ball in Ryan Brecky's hands in the second half.
Austin Ramsey, the quarterback, feels like we haven't really talked about him tonight, but he's been very poised in the pocket, hasn't he?
I mean, he has just played a very fundamentally sound game from that quarterback position, and his ability to run this complicated offense has been impressive.
Here was the big play for Owyhee. Ellis Stanley just 115 yards coming into this game. He more than proliferated his total with a 70-yard burst there in the second quarter.
Almost rushed for half of his previous rushing yards and one rush right there. Explosive play for Owyhee.
Cooper Murphy's been all over the field, including on this, not this play, this was the bat down from the tight end Parker Lee. On this play, the touchdown catch from inside the 10-yard.
Ran virtually the same exact play twice. That time went back for Murphy, hit him for a touchdown.
And speaking of trickeration, my goodness, how about the punter for Eagle, Christian Zanito? Almost a perfect ball there on a 4th down conversion. They would drive down the field, get all the way inside the 10-yard line. D'Orazio here had a couple of big catches inside the red zone, but it was the Eagle defense that, when it needed to, ultimately bowed up with a 4th down stop.
Eagle defense came up huge at the end of the first half. Love the aggressiveness from Owyee's offense going into halftime. Want to see that continue in the second half here, as this is a must-win game for both sides.
We mentioned those keys to the game. How effective have the Mustangs been at accomplishing these two things?
So far, they have checked both of those two boxes. They have played their game. They are controlling the flow of this game to this point of the game, and we just talked about it. They are stopping the run right now. They are being very effective on the run defense side of the ball.
And on the other side for the Owyhee Storm, you see Coach Burton trying to rally the troops here. What do they need to do in the second half?
So far, they've definitely held on to the rock, but they're not sustaining drives. I'd like to see a little bit more in terms of the time of possession in this second half. I know the clock's going to speed up on them as they're behind, so they're going to be playing outside of their typical framework of their offensive philosophy here, but they're going to have to lean on their explosive playmakers to get back in this game.
Kickoff coming for Madden Bear.
There he is.
Logan Hosfite.
Keep your eyes on him right here. I'm telling you, it's coming.
Another one of those three-way stars.
Absolutely.
We've seen on both sides tonight. Bear ready to kick it off. Owyee's got to be kicking themselves too that they didn't convert on that red zone set. Oh, that's a live ball. Storm looked like they pounced on it initially.
Got it back.
That's a big break.
Yeah, and right there you see Eagle making the decision to not even attempt to kick over in Hotchfit's direction right there. I mean, they've seen enough from him in the return game so far. They're going to start squibbing it.
To our point we were discussing a few moments ago, you know that Jason Burton's just really wishing that he would have at least had 3 there on that red zone possession, because they do get the ball here to start the second half. Could have been, in a best case scenario, an opportunity here to tie the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I do enjoy the aggressive play calling but from him right there, but I do agree with you. Those 3 points could be huge as we get further into this game.
Colin Foy back to work with Ryan Brecky in motion. It's got to be here and now for the Owyhee Storm, trying to make it a one-possession game.
Getting back on the ground right there, trying to establish the run early in the second half.
That is Asher Gaudette on the carry, 410 yards on the season, 6 touchdowns. We saw less of him in that first half and more Ellis Stanley. And can't blame the coaches for rolling with the hot hands, the guy who had the 70-yard touchdown run in the first frame.
Absolutely. Having 2 talented running backs in your backfield is a great problem for any coach to have, and clearly they're going to roll with who has the hot hand, getting him some carries early here.
Third quarter just underway, a 2-touchdown spread in a battle of 2 undefeateds. The number 3 ranked Mustangs and the number 11 ranked Storm in 6A. On a second down and medium. A draw play for Gaudette. Already surpassed his carries from last year, 72 rushes and 330 yards and touchdowns for good measure with 2 last year.
I'll tell you what, so far this drive, this has looked a lot more like Owyhee football right here. Committing to the ground attack. Like to see them stay on the ground here on this 3rd and short.
194 yards per game on the ground for the Storm. They went 5-4 last year. haven't even gotten a chance to talk about this tonight, but last year was a slugfest. That was a game that you would have liked to have been part of as a big defensive lineman. It was 7-5. It was a baseball score, as Jason Clough said. I know you're a big baseball guy, too. Yeah. That's right up your alley.
Rest in peace, Red Sox.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, hopefully.
On a 3rd and 1. To the ground they go. Looks like that's enough for the first down. How about the faith in the run game there? 3 runs and a first down for Owyhee.
I love it right there. And right there, they're just going to hit a nice traditional power. Just getting it just a couple yards right there. Just grinding away at this defense. I love it. If I'm Owyhee, I'm staying on the ground and grinding them out and then taking a play action shot. Could be coming right here. We'll see.
Travis Stewart calling the offensive plays. If you're just now tuning in, we've seen a little bit of that tonight. With the quarterback jogging over, he's getting his runs in tonight.
Love the old-fashioned play calling by this Owyhee offense.
On a 1st and 10. If it isn't broke, don't fix it. Nope. Nearly 200 yards a game on the ground, and unfortunately there's a Storm player that's slow to get up. It looks like Godet. And he pretty immediately called for the training staff to come out and check on him.
Yep. Let's hope he's all right.
Taylor Clark and Nicole Baker, a couple athletic trainers out there to help him out.
Nicole Baker, former Boise State football athletic trainer.
Small world around here in the Treasure Valley football community, isn't it?
Friendly faces, familiar faces everywhere you go. He will be taken care of by her.
Taylor Clark, also a Boise State volleyball graduate assistant. 2nd down and long. On the 42-yard line. More importantly, if you're a Owyhee fan, Asher Godet off the field under his own power.
Hope to see him back on the field soon.
2nd down and 7. Look for them to look to the air here. Brecky, the tight end, in motion. A swing play. Stanley denied. Colin Duarte with his first big defensive play of the night.
And I'll tell you what, Jackson LeBeau was shot out of a cannon closing in on that play. Watch him fly in, hit right here, coming in, cleaning up the tackle. Great vice tackle by both of those 2 Eagle defenders right there.
Duarte's returned some punts tonight. He's got 37 tackles coming into this game, which is nearly 8 per contest. Didn't really play like that in the first half. Had some trouble finding the ball. No such difficulty on that last play.
No, not at all. And you got to love a physical corner in the run game, I'll tell you what.
Loss of 2 on the plates, 3rd down and 9. Colin Foy. Into traffic, found his man. That's Parker Leaf. And a fresh set of downs for Owyhee.
That is outstanding ball placement right there. Just getting it just over the Eagle defender's hands, right to his target.
Anthony Butler, the linebacker there, converging on that play. He's going to see that one in sleek tonight. That was one that maybe if had just a few more inches could have reached up and snagged it out of the air.
He's got to get up there. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't there before.
In plus territory, is this where you're thinking the shot might be coming for Owyhee?
I truly think it's coming right here. Not sure if they'll go play action shot or just a traditional shot, but look for him to look for Brecky over the middle or something deep towards the pylons.
3 receivers to the left. They are thinking that shot play. It was not what they were looking for. Joseph Dickinson, one of their leading receivers coming into this game, their intended target. Eagles did a good job keying in on him defensively tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, and Dickinson looked like he just got a little lost in traffic there because I do like that ball placement again.
So there's another high snap there as you saw in the replay. Is there anything that you're seeing between the quarterback and center exchange tonight that's off for Owyhee?
Yeah, the snaps just have to get down. We already saw it be a problem towards the end of the first half. I mean, we got to get the snaps down just to make sure that we're not shooting ourselves in the foot right there if you're Owyhee.
Mason Perkins, one of the offensive line leaders, had a chance to talk with him earlier this week. He said, we take pride in blocking for our skill guys. It's something that's important to them. Stanley right into a crowd of Mustangs.
Nothing brewing there.
Doing up the gut.
Yep. Great defensive response from Eagle right there. Earlier in the drive, had some issues in the run game and their run fits. Right there, great response. Puts Owyhee into a 3rd and long situation. Gonna have to air it out again.
No gain on the play. Gaudet fails to get back to beyond the line of scrimmage. Jackson LeBeau again in on the stop. So what do you do here? 3rd down and long on the Eagle 47.
Well, I think right here we are in 4-down territory if you're Owyhee. So I think you at least have to get half, make it a 4th and manageable. I think you might want to hit Brecky here.
Only 1 catch on the day for Ryan Brecky. Go to screen. It's Gaudet. Right near the sticks, or at least close enough to where you're going to want to keep the offense on the field in a 4th and short.
This is absolutely a go situation here for Owyhee. No question about it. Got to look a little shook up there.
37-yard line. I say 37 yards the season long for kicker Corbin Gill. From here would be about a 57-yarder, so not even in the discussion.
Yeah, I don't think that you got to think twice about this one, especially with how they've been running the ball this drive. I would expect some variation of power coming in.
Looks like Stanley in the backfield. 4th down and 2. We've already seen Owyhee convert several big 4th down conversions tonight. Snap came in high. Foy has to power his way forward. Let's see where they spot it.
Looked to be short to me, Garrett. Unfortunately, another high snap affected the handoff. Yeah, that will be Eagle ball.
Give the Mustangs credit for bowing up there too.
Absolutely.
When their opponent made a mistake, the Eagle front line makes them pay.
And that has been the theme of Eagles' whole team tonight. They do not flinch at any circumstance on the field.
That was maturity beyond the years of Colin Foy too, because a younger player too maybe tries to still hand the ball off in that situation. He knew he had to move forward.
That's an interception.
Off a deflection, the Storm get it right back. Austin Ramsey intercepted for just the 5th time this year.
That's another deflection. Tips and overthrows. We used to say you got to get those.
Parker Leaf with his 2nd deflection, and he tracked down the ball after knocking it out of the air.
Big man interception. I'll tell you what, nothing makes me happier than seeing a defensive lineman get a pick. That is awesome. His teammates will be fired up. And just like that, the momentum is right back in Hawaii's hands.
They're basically right on the same yard line, which they just turned the ball over on downs.
That is a catch on Sundays.
His teammate Swallow also right in this vicinity. That's one of the more impressive plays I think you'll ever see a high school defensive lineman make.
Absolutely. That is composure beyond his years right there.
First turnover of the ball game, and it's Parker Leaf, the 3-sport star. They're looking for another shot play. This is Stanley. Couldn't hang on. Beautiful play design, crisp execution, except for the last step for Stanley.
Love the play call from Owyhee right here. They had him. I think you got to secure the catch before you prepare to take that hit.
What a throw that was.
That was Foy. Foy's had some great throws so far in the 2nd half. He's been very impressive to watch so far.
510 yards through the air this season. He's a first-year starter in this program. His coach has called him the vocal leader of this team, the transfer from Mountain View. 5th-year football program at Owyhee, one of their bigger games ever. And looks like another encroachment coming down the pipe.
Yeah, it's the 3rd one of the night for Eagle, and you know that their coaches are going nuts right now. That is very frustrating. Self-inflicted wounds.
And Jeremiah Minette on the encroachment.
I've been there, buddy. He's got a ball key.
Not a great feeling, I would imagine.
Not great.
There's all kinds of unique penalties that you guys can pick up. Encroachment, neutral zone infraction, disconcerting signals. I mean,
defensive holding.
Defensive holding, that's a big one.
That is the rare one when it happens. Oh boy.
Stanley lowers his shoulder, trying to make up for that drop, and he does on that play. A fresh set of downs for Owyhee.
I'll tell you, that is beautiful execution from Owyhee right there. And they're going tempo. They're going to get back on the ball here and try to catch Eagle sleeping.
Tempo from the Storm. Foy gives to Stanley. Inside the 25-yard line.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Went right back to counter. Got a little GY counter coming in here. Look at Ryan Brecky leading the way. That's the second puller on counter.
Yeah, for all the talk about Brecky offensively, what he can do with the ball in his hands, that's what's getting him Division I looks.
It's absolutely the blocking. Yes, any tight end in the country can catch. Not many of them will be able to block on Saturdays, and Ryan Brecky will be one of the guys that can. This offense, this run game runs through him and how he blocks.
6'3", 212. He'll get some muscle on him when he gets over to Boise State a little bit more, but
Coach Hilgart will get him right. I guarantee you that.
He got you right in your 6 years there. Draw play. Stanley slips by a defender and works his way to the 15. Tackled by Peterson.
Yeah, this half and especially this drive in particular, you are seeing Owyee's full offensive identity on display here. They are running the ball at a high level.
Foy 16 of 27 last week. 143 yards and a touchdown. It was an ugly win for Owyhee, but they don't ask how pretty the wins were. They just ask how many.
You can win by 3, you can win by 30. A win is a win at the end of the day. Getting another one of those under your belt always feels great. I'll tell you what, Owyhee has 8 that clock up. We're already at 3 minutes.
Another whistle interrupts play.
Looks like they had to burn a timeout there.
A very valuable second half timeout burned for Jason Burton, especially when you consider that they're chasing this game.
Yeah, you really don't want to burn one right there. That's unfortunate timing on the clock management department, but that's the risk you take when you run the quarterback back to the sideline to get the play call.
And Jason Burton coming over from a brief stint in the Sun Valley, coached at Wood River High School. That's the Class 3 here in Idaho. He said that time gave him so much perspective, and when the Owyhee job came open for the second time in this program's young history, he said it was just way too good of an opportunity to pass up. And he said his time in the Sun Valley, not that there's anything wrong there, but it gave him perspective that coaching in the Treasure Valley is the place to be if you're a high school football coach at Idaho.
Absolutely, no question about it. And to be honest with you, especially with Owyhee being in their 5th year as a football program, Coach can mold this program to what he wants, and he's able to establish his run-first identity that he wants out of his offense, and that grittiness and toughness that you're seeing on display tonight.
These seniors being honored tonight were freshmen when Burton arrived. Very special connection in this group. Stanley lowers the shoulder. How big of a boost has this guy been? Like we mentioned, modest stats coming into this game, but he's getting the lion's share of the carries tonight for the Storm.
Stanley came to play tonight. He is a tough man to bring to the ground right here. You'll see him get through the defense, nice little elusiveness, and then keeps his legs moving, gets a few extra yards. Really like what I'm seeing from Stanley tonight.
Oh, Blackburn in coverage.
I'll tell you what, I really like what I'm seeing from this offensive line on this drive. They have been playing at a very high level for a high school offensive line.
On a 2nd and 6. Another run for Stanley on a sweep. And he's down to the 10. So just shy of a first down, it would appear. And now a very interesting 3rd down and short deep in the red zone for Owyhee.
3rd and 3. I think you got to keep it on the ground here, Garrett. It's been working. They've been grinding away this whole 3rd quarter. You're looking at 2 minutes left on the clock already. I think you go for it here, hopefully get a first down. If you get 4th and short, you go for it again.
We're going 2 passes in this 3rd quarter.
Right.
They've had the ball for almost the entire period.
Yep.
inside of 2 minutes. 3rd down and 3. Another high snap. Ends up working like a draw. And Stanley all the way down to about the 7.
Gave him the first down there.
Frustration for Luke Makita and Eagle. Trying to bend and not break.
The mentality for Eagle right here has to be 3 or nothing. 3's out the window at this point in the game. It's got to be nothing. They're going for it no matter where they are on 4th down here if you're Owyhee. So it's time for Eagles defense to step up big time. Like you said, they're bending. Can't break here.
We asked Coach Club to describe his defensive coordinator. He said that's the style. He said they'll bend a little bit, but they will not break. Another high snap. This is Foy, and the keeper fooled everybody in the stadium and rumbles in for 6.
He got me.
Colin Foy's 2nd rushing touchdown of the year makes it a 1-possession game.
This game is as tight as it's been all night right here. Eagle grinding out the entire 3rd quarter, finishing off with a Foy rushing touchdown. What an impressive turnaround out of the gates in the 2nd half.
Suddenly some life back in Idaho Central Stadium. The 2nd half has been owned by the hosts. All important PAT here. You don't want to risk needing a 2-point conversion to try to tie the game if the score stays at 19.
Almost got it again.
Already had one block tonight. No worries there for Corbin Gill. Colin Foy rumbles in for his first rushing touchdown to make it a 1-possession game.
It's a bowl experience unlike any other.
As is the tradition here at the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
But it's so much more than crowning a champion. It's about giving back to the community. It's about coming together with friends and family over free Idaho-grown French fries and a burger. It's about being role models for the next generation of college football players. The famous Idaho Potato Bowl. It's about more than football. It's about Idaho.
Well, suddenly this Owyhee student section is back in it, and to their credit, they've stayed and filled it out the entire night long. Don't want to say that they were doubting it at any point, but down 27-13 at the break. Maybe some thoughts creeping back in their head. It's the play from Parker Leaf defensively, a deflection, and then catching the interception that sets up the scoring drive.
Unbelievable interception from Parker Leaf, the defensive end, on that play right there. I mean, that completely changes momentum in this game.
Kickoff for the man who completed the punt fake, Christian Zanito. And a relatively short kick return there. A little momentum for Owyhee right now in the 2nd half, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it. And I think if you're an Eagle fan right here, you want to see how your team responds to this, because this is the first time all night. I know Owyhee had 13 in the first half, but this is the first time all night that you've really got punched in the face. So it's time for this offense to show what they're made of, play their brand of football, clean execution. They had the turnover last drive. Can't afford any more turnovers. Got to take care of the ball.
Eagle with only 2 unsuccessful scoring drives tonight. They've come on consecutive possessions. One of them running out the first half, of course. They go on the ground there. Not nearly the level of success that we saw them have in the first half. Isaiah Matthews in on the hit.
That is great defense from Owyhee there. Very clearly Noah Burnham was an explosive player in that first half. Bottled him up right there. And we are going to the 4th quarter.
Well, this is all you could ask for, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
2 undefeated teams, 2 top 11 outfits in 6A, and they have played to a 1-possession game through 3. Eagle 27, Owyhee 20. We are at the end of the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter coming right down the pipe. Stick with us in our Showdown of the week.
Your time has come, this is it.
A new ice age dawns.
We don't fear none that exists.
Untamed, unyielding, unstoppable.
Delta Center is on its feet. We keep throwing shots we don't miss.
Watched all season long on The Spot, Idaho.
This place is buzzing.
Idaho's home for Mammoth hockey.
There's no place like home. The people and places that surround us and hold on to our hearts. It's what we want to protect, celebrate, and preserve. At Idaho News 6, the stories in our neighborhood aren't just headlines. They're what's happening to us, around us, and matter to us. We work where we live and live where we work. From the front lines of our front porch. Idaho News 6. Proud to be in your neighborhood.
Oh. Eagle not waiting around, getting back into the offense. It was a 2nd and 9 from inside their own 20-yard line. They go right to Burnham, and he burns the Owyhee defense for 70+.
What a response from Noah Burnham. The whole third quarter belonged to Owyhee. All the momentum in the world seemed like it was going towards Owyhee's side, and Noah Burnham answered right there.
The 6'8" rushing leader in the state of Idaho. The go-ahead touchdown last week. Austin Ramsey said all the eyes are on him in the box. Not that time for the Storm. Wasting no time, they go back to Burnham. And he is escorted down to the turf. That was Cade Sauer making that hit.
This is quite the response from Eagle here. I know that this isn't a huge play, but getting those 3 yards is huge in the red zone. I think that if you're Eagle, you're in the same situation Owyee's in. I think that this is absolutely 4-down territory at this point in the game. So we'll see what their play call is here. We're going empty.
Austin Ramsey alone in the backfield. He said, "This is the most fun I've ever had playing football this year. But even more fun with a win tonight." Looks Luke Makita's direction. And Logan Housefight makes a nice stop.
Great stop right there from Owyhee. Gets them to 3rd and manageable.
Just have to have this stop and at least make Eagle think about a field goal here.
Absolutely.
Madden Barrett has no official field goal attempts from the stats that we were provided this week. Coach James Clough said that his effective range is low 40s in the middle of the field. They're not thinking field goal here. They're thinking end zone. Waylaid, a hard hit.
See where they
Seth
spot him
Rogers
here.
and Colton Bryant teaming up on Burnham.
I'll tell you what, Owyhee is swarming right now. No question about it. Regardless of the explosive play given up, they're still in it. Looks like Eagle's going to go for it here.
Austin Ramsey to the sideline to get the play call. Shades of Owyhee. 4th down, 2 to go. Ball inside the 10-yard line.
Expect a hard count here.
Tight end Logan Williams split right. Man in motion. Snap to Ramsey. Fighting at the line of scrimmage. He works his way all the way to the 5. A 1st down for the Mustangs.
Ramsey's showing his toughness here because he takes a shot getting that 1st down. Keeps the chains moving in the red zone for Eagles offense.
Snap came in high as well there,
absolutely.
too.
That was a veteran decision by Ramsey right there.
1st and goal from the 5, and the Owyhee faithful silenced at least momentarily. On a 1st and 5, they go Burnham. Burnham into the end zone for the 4th time tonight. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. That's what the Eagle coaches told us this week. Noah Burnham has answered that call.
Yeah, this has been the Noah Burnham game for Eagles offense. What a game, what a performance he's put on display so far, especially after how the 3rd quarter went for Eagle. Being that spark plug for this team and that offense has been invaluable to Eagle.
Burnham's 11th rushing touchdown of the year. He's encroaching on 800 rushing yards in just 6 games. He is so hard to stop as Matt Baer makes the PAT. It is now a 14-point game. Eagle strikes again. No fear at all in the Mustangs.
What a great block from Eagles offensive line right there. Bumping the defensive tackle.
It's a bowl experience unlike any other.
As is the tradition here at the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
But it's so much more than crowning a champion. It's about giving back to the community. It's about coming together with friends and family over free Idaho-grown French fries and a burger. It's about being role models for the next generation of college football players. The famous Idaho Potato Bowl. It's about more than football. It's about Idaho.
Matt Baer ready to kick off once again. This guy's been busy tonight. 5 PAT tries for him. He's 4 of 5, and of course 5 different kickoffs. What do you need to see from Owyhee to keep this thing close here late?
Well, like we were just talking with Eagle, that was the first time Eagle had been punched in the mouth all night. Owyhee just took a massive shot. We'll see how they respond here. I wonder how this changes their offensive philosophy. Can't chew up the whole clock this drive.
A little pooch kick. Kind of a dangerous play there for the up man. That's Cade Sowers scooping it up off the turf. If that slips by you, that's a live ball, and Eagle can recover it. But the gamble pays off because they get better field position on their own 45.
Absolutely. That ended up being a huge play. That might be a bigger play than we realize right now. Getting the ball at the 45-yard line. If you're Owyhee, you love that field position.
Now or never time for the Owyhee Storm. Touchdown on their prior possession. Made it a 1-score game, but Burnham breaking off a 70-yard run and then the touchdown to cap off the drive has started to plant seeds of doubt in the heads of the Storm fans tonight. That was Stanley. Wrestled down. Hard hit by Camden Harrison. 25 tackles of the year for him.
That's the mentality you got to have. Playing a run-first offense. They're going to bring it. You got to bring it. Especially in this heated of a game, this tight of a game at this point. Love it.
Gain of 2 on the play. It's a 2nd down and 8. Both teams trying to stay undefeated tonight. Nobody wants to take home that first loss this year and give control of the division away. Foy rifles it in at the 45-yard line. A conversion for the Storm.
Another great ball from Foy there.
How big has Parker Leaf been tonight? Both ways.
Absolutely. He's been arguably the player that came for Owyhee in my eyes. Might not light up the stat sheet, but he has been dominant.
Plus territory for the Storm. They go on the ground. Ellis Stanley all the way to the 36. How about Stanley tonight, too? Maybe a guy who, when he woke up this morning, didn't know that he'd be getting this level of carries.
To me, that falls back in your preparation. You got to be ready for when your opportunity comes. You never know when it's going to be. He's getting his opportunity tonight, and he's absolutely making the most of it.
There's an injured player down for Eagle. The athletic training staff out to the field. Nick Brunker, the head trainer. Clock stops with 7:53 left to go in this game. And great news as Carter Smith, the linebacker, pops up under his own power.
Jonah Dalmas, Eagle coaching staff.
Were you aware of that prior to today?
Just learning it.
Learn something new every day. Former Boise State kicker. Like we said, the football community very tight-knit.
Very tight. Never know
here in
when
the Treasure Valley.
See someone you played 4 years with.
On a 2nd and 5, hard hit. Foy gets rid of it, but nothing more. Braden Peterson hit him hard.
Both these quarterbacks being tested physically at this point of the game. Foy takes a shot there, bounced right back up. Love to see the mentality of both these guys leading their offenses.
So a third down and manageable. Spotted up on the 37-yard line. An Eagle defense that has also ceded more points than I think they wanted to coming in. Just 14 points per game allowed per contest. 3rd and 5. Foy rifles one in. What a catch. Joseph Dickinson moves the chains.
What a gutsy throw from Foy. Continues to show up late in stages of this one. Great ball, great catch. Hustling up to the line here.
Tempo for Owyhee. They're running out of time. 1st and 10. Foy dialing deep. Looking for the fade. Nothing there.
Foul ball.
D'Orazio the intended target.
Love the tempo shot. Try to catch Eagle sleeping. Wasn't quite there.
Trey Ellis in coverage. How good have the cover corners been tonight for Eagle?
They
We
have
haven't
been
called their name a bunch, but
outstanding play from these defensive backs. And the fact that we haven't called their name much tells you a lot about the work that they're doing out there. They're on islands and they are performing to a high level.
25 total tackles this year for Ellis. Kind of an unsung hero in this group. 2nd down and 10 for Owyhee. Speed option look. What a snag there by Stanley. Keeps his footing and comes near the 1st down marker.
That was a big catch from Stanley there. That would have been trouble.
His torso was at the 27. The ball came in at about the 30.
Yeah, that was a bigger play than we realized by Stanley right there, because that had turnover written all over it.
Clock stops too with 7 minutes left.
Absolutely.
Owyhee is bent tonight. They have not broken. Trying to keep this a 1-possession game, or at least make it a 1-possession game. And it was a miscommunication there between Joseph Dickinson, the intended target, and the quarterback Foy.
Like we were just saying, outstanding coverage by these corners. I am very impressed with what I'm seeing out of both of them tonight.
Dickinson had just 1 catch for 6 yards last year. He's taken on a much bigger role this year with 135 yards of offense. 4th down and very short. No hesitation, offense on the field.
No question, gotta go.
Ryan Brecky split to the right.
And keep it on the ground here.
On a 4th and 1. Right up the gut.
Got him.
Ellis Stanley moves the chains.
That's the dangerous part about Owyee's offense. If you get to 4th and short, it's almost a given that they're going to get the 1st down with their offensive philosophy.
Two wide receivers either way for Owyhee, deep in the Eagle red zone. Running out of time, Foy pulls it and takes a hard hit at about the 16-yard line. Gain maybe a yard.
Good decision from Foy here. Nothing open. Don't want to force anything. Like we've talked about, ball security so important at this phase of the game. Being down 14, clock is still in a favorable position for Owyhee. Gonna have to see their defense step up if their offense is gonna take care of business here.
Are you surprised to see them huddle here at this point in the game?
Not yet. I think once we get down past the 4-minute mark, I don't know if they're gonna keep that huddle.
Shotgun look. Foy gives. Stanley to the middle of the field and inside the 10.
I think everyone in this building expected him to throw the ball there. You saw Eagle bringing some pressure, or at least a simulated pressure up front. Drop out, easy 8-yard gain for Owyhee.
When you say simulated pressure for audience at home, what do you say?
They dropped out a traditional rusher, so they dropped out their defensive end, and they rushed one of their linebackers.
Simple as that?
Yep. Football terminology is more complicated than you think.
Learn something new, folks, back at home. 5 minutes left, 3rd down and 2. Another high snap. Stanley jostled at the line. His forward momentum carried him near that 1st down marker.
Might keep him short here.
Yeah, a bit of a hush falls over the Owyhee student section.
Giving him the first.
Now they are moving the chains.
1st and goal. Right where you want to be if you're Owyhee.
To the 6-yard line. Another Owyhee 1st down. They haven't had any problem moving the ball tonight.
This second half offensive performance from Owyhee has been impressive.
3 and out of their 1st drive, really looming large right now. It's been the only thing keeping them out of this game right now. We're away from a tie at least. No turnovers tonight. Nothing doing there at the line of scrimmage. Eagle meets the ball carrier. That was Foy.
That Parker Leaf interception, though, right after that 3 and out, got him right back in this thing. But you would have loved to see this offensive prowess on that 1st drive. I agree with you there.
2nd and goal from the 6. Tick, 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 tick goes the clock. Need 2 touchdowns if you're Owyhee, and a dangerous offense in Eagle on the other side.
Need a touchdown as soon as possible here if you're Owyhee, especially with 2 timeouts.
On a 2nd and 6, they go Stanley. Somehow keeps his footing. Forward progress called at the 2. The Owyhee fans say, no, 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 let him go and push the pile.
In some cases, I would agree with you there. I think forward progress had been stopped for about 3 seconds before that. Going fast.
A whistle from our back judge. And Eagle will call for a 2nd half timeout. So a little gamesmanship there from head coach Jason Burke.
I think coach saw something they did not like out of that formation right there. Had to get adjusted, had to regroup his defense. And also, mind you, this defense has been on the field the entire 2nd half. They got to be gassed. They got to be beat up. This is where their defense is going to show what they're made of. You got the ball on the 2-yard line. You got 2 plays to get the stop and get the ball back.
Coach James Clough told us that they've seen teams control the clock against them, but the thing that he's been most proud of with his group, there hasn't been any panic. He said the close game last week at Mountain View was something that he felt like this group really needed. You see Owyhee on your screen. They got a close game too. They fell to CUNA 16-14 last week. They beat CUNA, I beg your pardon, 16-14. Both of these groups battle tested and ready for a game like tonight.
And that's why you see the game where it is right now. Both of these groups have been battle tested. They've experienced close games. They're ready for these moments. It's just going to be who can rise to the top towards the end of this game.
3rd down and goal from the 2-yard line. Asher Gaudet back into the game. On his senior night, he's just short. Down to the 1. Wow. A 2nd red zone possession.
4th and goal at the 1-yard line for the game, essentially.
Remember, to end the 1st half, we saw Owyhee come up short the red zone possession. That too is looming very low.
You're seeing Ryan Brecky. They're going to Ryan Brecky here in the backfield. See where he goes.
Go to their big man. He is stuffed. Jeremiah Manette leads the charge. And the Eagle defense bows up when it's needed. There is a penalty marker down at the 10.
What a performance by Eagles defense there. You're on the field for the entire 2nd half. This offense has been grinding on you, play after play. You get down to the red zone and you don't break.
First down for the Mustangs. I believe that penalty marker came in after the play. Here's one more look at this stuff of Ryan Brecky running the ball.
What a play by Jeremiah Manette. Great penetration. Ryan Brecky's a big dude. Got him on the ground right away. Huge stop for Eagles defense there.
It's half the distance to the goal with the penalty, so you're not out of the woods yet if you're Eagles.
Not at all.
They will certainly be looking to sit on this one and run out the final 2:28 of this ball game.
Most important thing right here for Eagles, ball security. Can't afford any mental errors or mistakes at this point of the game. Got to hold on to the ball.
Austin Ramsey and Burnham back to work. Right into the teeth of that defensive line, and to Owyhee's credit, nothing given.
It's a big stop right there. Owyhee take a timeout there.
Yeah, they may even want to mess with it.
Yep.
They're calling to try to stop the clock just as much as they possibly can.
Yeah, and the situation that they're in, having burned the timeout earlier in the second half, definitely is something that we'll have to watch for the rest of this. They're going to get the ball back if they can get a stop with about a minute left. Going to have to be a quick drive if they want any chance.
Well, for Jason Burton, we mentioned they'll be looking back on those two red zone possessions where they went for it on 4th down, couldn't come up with a score. At least he can say, hey, we didn't try to kick it. You know, we didn't try to just roll over. We laid it all out on the table against an undefeated team on the other side, the number 3 ranked team, I should say, in the state of Idaho.
Owyhee showed tonight that they belong with these programs. No question in my mind. And I really enjoyed the aggressive play calling at their end. They left it all on the table. They just got to leave a little bit more out to have one more opportunity. Now, if you're Eagle, a first down will effectively put you in a position to win this game with Owyhee after one more timeout. So, going to be an interesting play call here. Biggest thing is ball security.
Still in the shadow of the goalposts under the stadium lights, and a short run there for Burnham. See if Coach Burnham, I said Coach Burton uses that last timeout, and he will. So 2 timeouts left for Eagle. 1 more for Owyhee, and if you're the Mustangs here, it's a 3rd and long. You're inside your 5. What are you doing here if you're calling plays offensively?
I think if you're Eagle, you got to run the ball here. Got to keep it on the ground. Owyhee does not have the ability to stop the clock anymore, so you will bleed another 30 to 45 seconds more on that clock. Then you can call a timeout and get the punt off.
Do you consider a screen here to burn something that keeps the ball inbound, but at the same time has explosive playability?
I just think at this point of the game, the screen there's a lot of upside to their screen game, but I think right now you got to keep it on the ground. Can't afford any costly risks or costly mistakes. Essentially, Eagle can't beat themselves here.
Mustangs, an absolute machine through 6A this year. They're going to get to 3-0 within their league. They've got 2 games after this. This has been by far their toughest test. Austin Ramsey gives to Burnham. And give the Storm defensive line a ton of credit there. They knew exactly what was coming, and they were able to stop it 3 different times, setting up a 4th and 8 in a punting situation.
They stepped up huge on that drive. Had to have the 3 and out there to have any chance of getting back in this game. With so much time already chewed off the clock due to the nature of Owyee's offense. I think right here, Eagles going to let the clock bleed out, call their timeout, get the punt off.
Anxious moments on the Owyhee sideline. Mike, you were right on it. They bleed the clock all the way down as low as they possibly can.
We got about 1:28. Now, if you're Owyhee here, you might want to consider going for the block. It's risky. You run into the punter. That effectively ends the game. But as they've shown all night, they're willing to take that chance.
Well, you have to think, too, we've seen some solid special teams play in this matchup, too, but a punt at the high school level is just never a sure thing. No, really at the low college level, too, a punt oftentimes is not a sure thing.
Yeah, punt return, two of the hardest plays in any level of football. There's just so many different variables that have to go right to execute it to perfection. I think regardless of what Owyhee does here, Eagles got to punt the ball away from number 1.
Logan Housefite line up inside the 45. He has busted his longest kick return of the season tonight. Scoops it up at the 40. Housefite with room. Great coverage downfield for Eagles. As Anthony Butler getting there first. Jackson LeBeau alongside. Decent field position for Owyhee. There is a penalty marker down at about the 27.
I will say before the penalty comes in, unbelievable coverage right there on Housefite from Eagle, especially with the explosiveness he's shown in the return game all night. Had to get the ball down there.
So 1:20 left in this ball game. Owyhee getting the football back with no timeouts. Our head referee out for a conversation with Coach Burton.
Big call here.
Coach Burton said he knew he always wanted to be a high school football coach. There was no question in his mind. It came time to pick a career. These are the type of games that you live for. There was a ton of fanfare and attention around this game this week in the Treasure Valley.
And I'll tell you what, so far he's doing an unbelievable job with this Owyhee football program. Love the mentality they've shown tonight.
Wow, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Huge mistake there for Eagle. But penalties will offset because of dueling personal foul penalties on Owyhee. Oh, big part looks like we're
going to have a re-kick. Yep. Now, if you have the re-kick here, back to my original point, don't be surprised to see some pressure come in here.
It's now or never for the Storm.
Absolutely.
Logan Williams, a tight end, but he's also the place kicker and punter. Much better kick this time. Housefite fields it at the 40. He's going to reverse field. And he lost yardage there. Oh, he lost the football to boot. Eagles on it. A huge mistake for Logan Housefite. And the Mustangs will be able to nail out a signature win on the road.
That is devastating for Logan Housefite there. He's been an unbelievable returner all night. Kind of gets in no man's land here. Oh, just gets the ball stripped at the last second.
You hear the adage, I'm sure you heard it at certain points. You were in the Clydesdale package as an offensive player at time in your time at Boise State. But you hear a lot of coaches say, never go backwards on a football field. Do you agree with that mentality? 100%. Is that something that you'd rather see Housefite not do there?
Yeah, especially at this point in the game, got to get vertical. You hear that a lot at every level of football. You need your ball carrier to get vertical there. Going backwards never really leads to anything positive for the ball carrier. So
it's a rough way for his senior night to end, but abundantly clear the reason Owyhee came up short tonight was not that play.
No, not at all. This game came down to that play, but it got there for other reasons than that. Regardless, both these teams showed a great performance throughout different phases of the game tonight. Eagle edges Owyhee at the end. Eagle's offense overmatched Owyee's defense. Like we were saying earlier in the broadcast, highly advanced offensive scheme from Eagle. It's going to be tough for any Idaho defense to deal with for the rest of the season in the playoffs.
Eagle lost 41-21 to Rigby State last year. Coach James Clough said, I want that for these guys. I want them to experience a state championship. He said that he's been there before, but none of the guys on his roster have, with the exception of Cooper Murphy, won one in another state. Their quest for that state title continues, and they are 6-0 and 3-0 in their league.
I'll tell you what, with the impressive performance that we watched tonight, you have to think that Eagle is absolutely one of the favorites to come home with that state championship this year. Unbelievable performance both offensively and defensively from Eagle tonight.
And the Owyhee Storm come up short tonight, but they too have a lot to look forward to at the rest of their season. At CUNA, I'd say at Boise next week, and at Mountain View to wrap it up. That'll be a difficult finish. They have a lot of potential this year in a nation football program continuing to improve. 34-20, our final score. We'll wrap it up when we get back.
When you're hurt in a car wreck, insurance companies will try to minimize your claim. Don't let them. We're here to fight for every dollar you deserve.
We're in your corner working to get you the best possible outcome.
When I called Craig Swap & Associates, it was so fast and so easy. They got right to work, making sure the insurance company treated me fairly, so I got everything I deserved.
Don't let big insurance take advantage of you. Call Craig Swap & Associates now. One call, that's all. 208-999-9999.
This season on the Spot, Idaho, we ride with our knights in their pursuit to reclaim Lord Stanley's Cup.
Stoll with a steal on the back check. Eichel streaking in. Centered it. Scores!
For honor.
Big hit. This is some big boy hockey. Shot and a glove save. Hill.
For glory.
Carlson looking. Scores!
For the realm.
Round of the fortress coming to their feet.
Watch all season long on the Spot, Idaho. Idaho's home for Golden Knights hockey.
At Title I, we're more than a title and escrow company. It starts with respect, and we pass it on.
Because humility makes us better teammates.
We stay hungry on and off the field.
And healthy in mind and body.
With integrity at every step.
And community in our heart.
Your time has come, this is it.
A new ice age dawns.
We don't fear none that exists.
Shooty stars!
Untamed, unyielding, unstoppable.
Delta Center is on its feet. We keep throwing shots, we don't miss.
Watched all season long on the Spot, Idaho.
This place is buzzing.
Idaho's home for Mammoth hockey.
Well, it's an incredible evening of high school football tonight in the state of Idaho. In the end, the Eagle Mustangs train rolls on down the tracks. They are 6-0 and undefeated in their league. With a 14-point win over the Owyhee Storm. Garrett Jones and Mike Callahan wrapping it up for you. The one turnover, Hawaii actually ends up in the plus in that category. Anything else stand out here when you take a look at the numbers?
Yeah, absolutely. I would like to notice Owyee's rushing yards doubled in the second half. I know that that's still not to their season average and their standard, but Owyhee definitely showed a ton of fight in the second half. Controlled the ball for almost the entirety of the second half, but at the end of the day, Eagles' offensive explosion is just too much for their defense to handle.
Some things to improve on for both teams. The Eagle can learn a lot from this game. Owyhee certainly can learn a lot from a loss. We're taking a look at the guy who really popped tonight, Noah Burnham. We were told a lot from his teammates and his coaches about what he could be. He absolutely proved it with some incredible numbers tonight.
Yeah, Noah Burnham, to me, looked like the best player in Idaho tonight at the running back position. He was a game changer for Eagles offense. I mean, the way that he was able to grind out the Owyhee defense, keep the ball on the ground, and also what he did in the air. You know, he had the 49-yard passing touchdown, which is just incredible from a running back, and also receiving out of the backfield. He was absolutely the difference maker for Eagle tonight. Exceptional player that we will see on Saturdays.
Well, the Eagle defense does enough paired with the offensive prowess of their running back, Noah Burnham, to get the job done tonight. They will be in action next week at CUNA, then finish with Bora at home. Of course, Owyhee traveling to Boise and Mountain View to wrap up their regular season. Well, it's really fun being here with you tonight. Really appreciate all our crew making these broadcasts possible. Mike Callahan, folks, you might not have been able to tell, that was the first time he's put on the headset. He did a great job. Mike, thanks for joining us. For everybody here on our Showdown of the Week, I'm Garrett Jones saying good night. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
At Farm Bureau Insurance of Idaho, our customers trust us because we're their neighbors, friends, and patrons. When questions come up or life takes a turn, you don't want to wait on hold or talk to someone across the country. That's why you'll find us here, ready to meet in person, answer your questions, and protect what matters most. Farm Bureau Insurance of Idaho, rooted in the Treasure Valley, built for Idaho.
Good morning, Idaho!
Rise and shine with Sophia Cruz and Roland Barris.
Sharing the stories of your neighborhood live and right where they're happening. Welcome back to Good Morning, Idaho. The sun is shining bright down here at Quinn's Pond.
With more morning reporters and more local coverage.
It's nice to see your face again. Good morning, Roland. It's looking awesome out there, especially because each morning we love to be in your neighborhood.
Good Morning, Idaho. Weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. Only on Idaho News 6.
This season on the Spot, Idaho, we ride with our Knights in their pursuit to reclaim Lord Stanley's Cup.
Stoll with a steal on the back check. Eichel streaking in, centered it, scores!
For honor.
Hit. This is some big boy hockey. Shot on a glove save, Hill!
For glory.
Carlson looking, scores!
For the realm.
Round of the fortress coming to their feet.
Watch all season long on the Spot, Idaho. Idaho's home for Golden Knights hockey.